This is the Gore Club Podcast with Steve Vessel, Derek Sturgeon, and Death Metal Dave.
Actually, it wasn't out there. Game 4 is 96. 95. When did Timothy McVeigh kill those fucks? 94?
Fuck, I don't know.
Is that
He's pre-OJ, right?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think it's pre-OJ.
Unabomber. You want Unabomber or Timothy McVeigh?
Timothy McVeigh.
McVeigh.
I'm pretty sure he's pre-OJ, right? He's like right before it. Because I think like that happened, like, you know, like Timothy McVeigh happened to white people. Are like, fuck, we're fucked again. And then OJ, they're like, oh, blacks took it back. And there's like this race war. Because my grandma used to say shit like that. I'm pretty sure that's how white people went.
Oh my God.
Everybody's grandparents are racist. Unless you got
Not
lucky.
mine.
Really? You don't think so ever in their whole lives?
I mean, they adopted a Native American girl. And
You could be. I mean, that's racist. Donald Trump adopted probably a Native American girl.
yeah, but they didn't tolerate that
That's
shit.
his wife, right?
I don't know. They don't keep up. He sends the emails he sends me though. They like.
Donald Trump sends you emails.
Well, I sign up for everybody's email campaign, and because I want to know. I want to know how you talk to your people, and that's the only way you can actually know. And dude, they went from being like borderline racist, just kind of like undercover racist, like about the wall, to just blatantly like thugs in capital letters on anytime you're referring to anyone that's not like right wing white, thugs every single fucking time now. It's insane. Like it's blatant racism now. It's crazy. It's the craziest shit I've ever seen. And it's so funny though, because like, you know, I followed all these different people, and Bernie Sanders, every email is just like, this is what we're going to do to help the people. The people. And then this whole year, it's especially with the virus and shit, it's always about the people. He has sent one email out, which was today, talking shit about Trump, but it was like, hey, this shit scares me type of email. You know, Biden usually is the same way. He doesn't really focus on Trump too much. Focuses on, hey, vote for me. But then you get the Trump's emails, and it's just like, he never tells you what he can do for you. It's always, everyone else is a thug. Everyone else is going to ruin the world. Your city is going to burn unless you vote for me.
Yeah, like the whole like, this is what Biden's America would look like. It'd be like, motherfucker, this is exactly your
This is
America.
your America. Yeah.
This is what you've created. Good job, buddy.
Because when he, you know, I didn't play devil's advocate out loud. I don't like being that white guy. But when he got voted in, I was like, maybe this is all just a weird ruse. And maybe he's just playing the game to be president. And he's really just not going to fucking do shit. But instead, he went like fucking supervillain on me. And I was like, holy shit. Okay.
I was hoping it was Andy Kaufman.
Yeah.
What's his alternate, his alter ego?
Tony Clifton.
Yeah.
No, I was hoping it was Andy. It was the long con by Andy Kaufman.
Okay,
like
yeah.
he gets elected, he takes off his wig and be like, I'm Andy Kaufman.
Oh my God.
Or like it was like
Thank
the
you
Little
very much.
Rascals in a suit. Like
Yeah.
when they stacked up to be taller.
Fuck.
That's all. That's why his ass is so weird. His body goes like that. 'Cause it's the Little Rascals.
It's like four of them inside of a coat going, hey,
He-Man,
you
woman
say.
haters.
We gotta quit letting the racist one be on top.
Oh my God. Put buckwheat up there. Jesus, fuck.
Well, he got shot.
We are recording.
And we're on.
Oh my God.
Everybody turned this off because I was on the Little Rascals rant.
A little rascal.
Not
Oh
the
my
most
God.
proper Little Rascals rant. They're very pre what we're going to talk about today, though. What year was the Little Rascals? Like 1940s and shit?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
1950s?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well, today we're in
40s
1980.
and 50s. Yeah.
Specifically 1980. Not the whole 80s. Just 1980.
Yeah, we decided we're going to do yearly things instead of trying to cover a whole decade because that's rough in an hour and a half. So
Yeah.
Well, lots of things happened in 1980.
we
Yeah.
landed on the 40th anniversary of 1980.
Well, let's do some intros here.
Stupid.
Welcome to the Gore Club Podcast. I'm Steve.
Death Metal Dave.
I'm Derek.
And Dave's going to tell us about
The
things that
year of
happened,
1980.
things that happened in 1980 that don't have anything to do with
Yeah,
horror.
they don't have anything to do with horror.
But
they're
we're going to
pretty
get into
iconic.
the horror aspect after this little rant.
The Rubik's Cube was
Oh my-
made.
Fuck yeah.
Mount St. Helens erupted.
Did you ever cheat on a Rubik's Cube and like, you know, switch the stickers around
Yeah.
and shit?
Yes, I
used to
did.
do that. I'd be like, hey, I'm so smart.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think I may have, but I don't think I really.
If
gave
you
a
wanted
shit.
to be a winner, that's what you would do.
Yeah.
You know, post-it notes were made. Let's see.
Those
John
were-
Lennon was shot.
Yes.
Whoa.
You gotta.
Fuck 'em.
Are we gonna find out something about you and John Lennon?
Oh, man.
I'm not a fan.
He's the one I liked. Well, no.
Sorry, Beatles fans.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah, definitely sorry, Beatles
Sorry,
fans.
Beatles fans. But, you know,
John Wayne Gacy was.
you can't beat any more women when you're dead.
Yeah, I guess.
Good point. Yeah, and you know what?
I just got disconnected. Everybody just hung up. They're like, fuck this show now.
I've heard many stories, yeah.
And I just said you could hang up on a podcast.
George Harrison rules. Okay, there we go.
That's cool. I like him.
John Wayne Gacy was sentenced to death.
John Wayne Gacy. Maybe he killed John Lennon.
Wouldn't that be a...
What? He's the one that had
something?
Catcher in the Rye in the basement with the 30 bodies of children.
I thought
or
John
young
Gacy was in
men.
the
33.
90s.
33 of them.
33. Fuck John Wayne.
And you
Gacy.
look at the popular films, and none of the films that we're about to talk about...
Was Bozo on TV at the time?
Popular,
Yes.
popular
During
films
John
in 1980.
Gacy's time?
John,
Probably.
Bozo the Clown was on TV, yeah.
You think he had remorse?
I
Like
think
he thought he did it?
I think Gacy, was able to kill more people because of Bozo being on TV.
God damn it.
Probably.
So in a way, it's Bozo's fault.
It's kind of Bozo's fault, for real. I don't know which Bozo at that point, but fuck it.
I would
All
say
of them. Let's just blame them.
They all look creepy. Cookie, all
it
those
was Cookie.
motherfuckers.
It was Cookie. Definitely Cookie.
Ain't
Cookie.
Wow.
Bozo the Clown was a TV show that was like a children's TV show that was on early in the day, and I fucking loved it because I always waited for the grand prize game.
Yeah, I would try to set up the little games at my house to like mimic that
Yeah.
show, and it never worked. My
Train.
grandma would help. She's a sweetheart. Good for her. But yeah, it's fucking stupid. I was a stupid kid.
What else, Dave?
I would have went right into Gacy's house. Is what I'm saying.
Oh man! Oh god!
For
Yeah,
sure.
he seems so charming. Let's play that. Hey, you want to do the magic trick? Fuck yeah! I'll put the handcuffs on. You look nice.
Party.
You seem like a nice guy.
I mean, there was lots of stuff to cover, but Reagan was elected. Boo. Hey, the MGM Grand Hotel caught on fire. That was great. That's cool.
This is like when my kids are like scrolling through their phones trying to tell me something. They just say random shit. Like, oh,
Hey
yeah,
man, I don't. None of this has anything to do with what we're talking
Oh
about
my
tonight.
God.
But the popular films of that year, according to this, were Empire Strikes Back, Superman 2, 9 to 5, Raging Bull, and Coal Miner's Daughter. And we're not going to talk about any of those.
Actually, those are all pretty awesome movies.
I don't know. Oh yeah, never mind. I know all of them. I've never seen Coal Miner's Daughter though. I don't.
Sissy Spacek is
That bitch.
yeah, from Carrie.
Yeah.
She's great in that movie. And actually, was it Tommy Lee Jones? Yeah. So it's a good movie.
Raging Bull's more my thing.
Raging Bull is the shit. Same
Raging Bull's
cinematographer
on.
from The Lost Boys.
Yeah. Well, Raging Bull's a better movie.
It's true.
And no Corey Feldman.
Oh, I can't wait to get to that episode.
But let's ignore all this shit that mattered in the 80s and let's go to the horror genre.
Right. Because
Let's
nobody
get-
appreciates the horror genre.
Nobody appreciate. Well, you know what? 80s, 1980 ended up being a pretty fucking good year though. Once I started going through it and seeing like everything that came out then, I was
Yeah.
like, oh, holy shit. Didn't know most of you came out at that time. Good for you.
And there were quite a few that I was like, oh, I thought that came out another year. Or there were movies that I thought came out in 1980 that didn't. So
Yeah.
And I appreciate that you put the list in alphabetical order. That's
I like you
It's a new
guys.
thing.
Except for the very, very bottom towards the end. I got like The Shining, The Fog, Friday the 13th. Those are just obvious. The ones that
Obvious.
every fucking body knows.
do they know that?
They should, and if they don't, they should get the fuck off this podcast.
Maybe they're trying to be educated.
Okay, I'm sorry. Come back.
Sometimes maybe they're new to the genre and they're like, oh, Gore Club podcast. I could probably learn some things. And then 2 minutes in, get the fuck out. You motherfuckers.
You fucking poser.
everything
don't
short
know
of calling them
shit.
posers. Yeah.
Fucking posers. You probably got your shirt from fucking Hot Topic. That's like 6th grade shit.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So we start off. We'll just start alphabetically. The first movie up there is Alligator.
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 Man,
I don't
What can you
remember
tell
it.
us about Alligator if you want to talk about Alligator?
I don't really want to talk about it, but there's a giant alligator in it.
It's actually pretty well done. I cannot remember the director. Damn it, I just went blank on that film. But I actually liked the film because it was the effects are actually pretty good for what they had.
I haven't seen that since like, TV when I was like 7.
Kid
But isn't it
flushes
set in,
the
like,
fucking
New York,
alligator down the
or-
toilet because it's not, you can't have this,
Yeah.
and then it spawns in 3 years. It spawns. It grows in like 3 or 4 years and it becomes the monster because it's like, I think it feeds on these animals that have been tested on in a chemistry factory, whatever the fuck, and then it grows into immense sizes. It's like 30. It's like Jaws movie
I think I remember Alligator
in the
2.
sewer.
Alligator
I
2.
think I remember Alligator 2
Could
more.
you imagine what would happen if like everything you flushed down a toilet as a kid came back as a monster?
Holy shit, man! Stormtroopers would be huge.
The world would be fucked. There'd be so many like G.I. Joes and giant like guns and shit.
There's Legos everywhere.
Yeah, I got a lot of trouble for
lots
that.
of Legos. Condoms.
Oh yeah,
I don't think you're supposed to flush
tampons.
those.
Tampons would be massive. They would just absorb all the bad shit in the world. That's kind of cool.
magazines, which is weird. I used to
flushed magazines.
I remember one time, like, I was worried that my mom was gonna find my Playboys. I was freaking out.
Oh my God.
I got in trouble at
You
school.
flushed them like bad drugs.
Yeah, I knew. I got in trouble at school that day, and I was like, "Fuck! If I put it in the garbage can, she's gonna look." And I was like, "I can't leave the house. If I go too far away from the house, that's gonna be obvious." So I ripped them and I kept wadding them up and just flushing them. I probably fucked up so many pipes with that.
Whoa.
But if that would have like grew like giant Playboy models, like 11-year-old me,
50, Attack of the 50-foot pinup.
Lost his mind. That'd be a good movie.
Hell yeah.
Some kid just flushing his
That is a
Playboys.
movie, and they remade it in the 90s, I think, with fucking, was it?
Was it Honey, I Blew Up the Kid?
No, it's actually like the 50-foot pinup. It's like a Roger Corman film, and they remade it.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
So it's like a woman on strings and shit.
No, it's actually, not a beautiful woman.
Did you like Alligator?
Lots of crotch shots.
Was Alligator one of your favorite monster films?
No, it
Because
wasn't.
you're into those big creature fucks.
I do like the big, ridiculous, kaiju and smaller monster, giant monster movies. It wasn't one of my favorites. It's just one of those films that I liked as a kid. I saw it on TNT, and it was cool. But let's get to Altered States.
Yeah.
Altered Bro.
Altered States. Fuck it. I had nothing to say about it.
Oh my God, that movie, Dave! You got.
I was waiting for one of you guys. I was waiting for one of you guys to go off on some Altered State shit because I thought this is more up your alley. It's not my thing.
Oh, it's such a psychedelic, fucked up horror film, and
It is a psychedelic
And
horror film.
the effects originally were done by the same guy who helped make Star Wars. So it's like John Dykstra, I think. I think he left the project after a while, but the effects are amazing. The story is kind of it's okay. It's about a scientist who wants to
Experiments.
what do you
on
call those
himself,
tanks
right?
that you get into and you just like deprivation tanks?
Deprivation,
Yeah,
Yeah, and
sensory deprivation.
yeah. And Dave, what do you got on there? Nothing. I thought you were pulling it up for us.
Oh no, I'm looking.
I haven't seen that
pulling it up.
movie
He's reading,
in
like, fucking sports
forever.
scores and shit.
Forever. I have not seen that film in forever, but I remember it's I think it's John Hurt's first film. I'm a big fan of John Hurt, except for the Dune remake. John Hurt.
Oh, I thought you said John Hurd. I was about to get mad. Okay.
No, not John Hurd.
Yeah.
John Hurt.
Fucking
Hurt me.
enemy. It's kind of funny. Like on this board, I don't know shit until like way later. I like this.
Yeah, I mean,
I like making you guys talk. I can just sit here and watch the show.
there are quite a few films up here that I may have seen like once, and then just
I don't even
never
know
thought about them again.
I don't even know what the movie Under Altered States is. Asparagus? What's that say?
Anthropophagus.
fuck
That's
is that?
one of those that if you are a bland American accent, you have no idea how to pronounce it. It was a video nasty. It was
okay,
it's an
cool.
Italian film. It was just one of those ones like you can't see this, but then you'd go to the video store and it was like banned in 37 countries except yours. Here you go.
Well, that's all bullshit marketing. Though.
That's one of the ones I've never seen, but one of my friends, he's got a bunch of VHS copies of it, and I've found out that movie is worth a lot of money.
Yeah,
Depending
it is.
on
The
which,
VHS copy is.
there was one that sold on eBay a couple weeks ago for $800.
Yeah, so that means it's like a real piece of shit then, because that's how horror VHS works. Like the biggest worthless like piece of shit movie
hardest to
is
find.
the ones that are the hardest to find because
Yeah.
nobody bought them when they came out.
Yeah.
So there's like 6 of them, and they
Yeah.
go for like $1,000 each.
That's kind of how like it is when it comes to collect anything. It's like you hope this one Star Wars action figure doesn't do well, so that you have the one.
Yeah.
Or the one that nobody wants. Like,
Well, now they just fuck you because NECA puts shit out and all the flippers get a hold of it. So
oh, good point.
that's why that's with like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles right now and like some of the more random horror stuff. You can get Friday the 13th figures for days though. So if you need all your Jasons, they're fucking everywhere. That and Godzilla. There's so much Godzilla.
Yeah, I know. I remember when that was a thing. It was hard to get. Like I've got an old Godzilla figure over here in the corner, and I was like, "Holy fuck, this is amazing!" And then
Dude, there's a new Godzilla like every month.
every
now.
month, and
Yeah.
it's like a different variant of the same one. It's like the comic books of the '90s, where it's just a different cover.
Yeah, they just throw some paint on him
Right.
and say it's from a different movie. It's like this is Godzilla when he went through lava. This is Godzilla taking a bath. This is Godzilla at Red Lobster.
I like
He's
it.
got sauce on his face.
I want that one. He's
Cheddar
got some
biscuits.
good cheddar biscuits. Yeah, the cheddar biscuits and Red Lobster.
Accessory.
Okay, well, let's get to the boogeyman. It's actually something to talk about. This is also the beginning of the decade of the slasher film. The boom was like definitely Black Christmas, Halloween, but it wasn't until 1980 that we got like 4 slashers right in a row, and the boogeyman was one of them. It was an Italian production, and it's also the kind of the beginning of the years of Americans looking at Italian films like they should have been like art.
Yeah. Well, this year has like 2 of my favorite Argento and Fulci movies.
Oh, fuck yeah.
City of the Living Dead
Yeah,
and
it's up there.
Inferno.
Inferno is one of my favorite Argento films, period.
So,
But we can talk about cannibal. It's also the beginning of the Cannibal Holocaust, Cannibal Apocalypse.
well, you see, I don't know anything about Cannibal Apocalypse, but was it called Eaten Alive originally? Is that the one that's Eaten Alive?
That's one of those things. Is like so many Italian films have been renamed. So you're like, oh, I've seen Eaten Alive. You're like, was this the Toby Hooper movie? Is this the Cannibal movie?
Because 1980 has
Right.
the Eaten Alive, and I thought that was also Cannibal Apocalypse, but I might be way off on that. I don't.
Well, there's Cannibal Ferox. There's so many different cannibal films. I can't actually remember right now because we're just kind of zooming through all my brain.
Okay, there's Eaten Alive's a different director, so okay. I just
Yeah,
get all
that's the
that shit
Umberto
mixed up.
Lenzi cannibal film.
Okay, yeah, but that's also like an Italian movie, right?
Oh, it is, yes.
Okay, cool. Cannibal Holocaust.
But you're not wrong as thinking that some of those are called Eaten Alive just because it's Italian. You know,
I get so mixed up on all of it, man.
Hello, what is it? Sleeping Corpses Lie has more title changes than any other film ever made, I think.
Yeah,
And that's the reason why a lot of those are
Living Dead
public-
at Manchester
those-
Morgue,
a
and it
lot
just
of
keeps
those are
going on and
public
on.
domain movies now because they couldn't copyright all the different names they were releasing.
And different
them on.
cuts.
Yeah,
The different
cuts.
international cuts or whatever, yeah.
it's not really my type of genre. I'm not like a big cannibal guy. I'm
not
like, fuck
either.
yeah, I want to watch people eat other people.
Well, Cannibal Holocaust is one of those movies that, like, I think everybody watched for the shock value, and they showed their friends for the shock value. I mean, it was,
Well,
a lot of people get upset when they watch that movie because they,
Cannibal Holocaust especially, yeah.
because they kill animals, and that's
well, that turtle scene's pretty fucking rough to
it's
watch.
brutal, man. It's
the
hard to watch.
The muskrat scene is probably the worst part for me. I don't know what it is about that. Oh, it's
I mean,
awful.
even this last season on the last drive-in, when they showed it on the last drive-in, Joe Bob did a separate commentary or a separate track or a separate video for when he would cut in between the movie, so you wouldn't have to watch the movie because they knew that people didn't want to watch it.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people that have seen it before, and they were like, "Hey, I don't want to watch this movie again, but I want to hear what he has to say about it."
Yeah.
So like that was the first time they ever actually released the next day a separate commentary track for it.
That's amazing.
To where you can just watch the segments.
Yeah.
And I watched it with a group of people that hadn't seen it before, so I was kind of like, I never wanted to watch it again. Because like Dave said, it's like
I've shown it before.
When you're a teen, you're excited to see it. And I remember liking it as a teen because shock value won me over. When I was 14, 15 years old, shit like that. It's just like, oh man, this is crazy.
Oh yeah, I'm into grindcore. I'm gonna watch this fucking movie.
Yeah, I'm going to watch this shit. But since then, like I haven't
Oh
cared.
yeah, Dave's wearing a bolt thrower shirt.
I haven't given a fuck about watching it. So I watched it for a group of people that aren't even like, they're horror fans, but not the most like diehard, deep dive horror fans. So watching their reactions was fun. I mean, they were almost like fucking crying during some of the scenes,
It's
'cause
awful to
so
watch.
rough and hard to watch.
I mean, I tried to watch it. I was watching it the next day when Rachel was in bed, and I think she sort of heard it, and she's like, "What are you watching?" I'm like, "I'll just turn it off. I'll watch it later."
Yeah, because it's supposed to be like a big like thing about the media and like the sensationalist style of things.
Very much
but
like
it's,
Takashi when he makes his films. He's trying to let you understand, like, this is not okay. I'm not making a film that you're going to enjoy. I'm trying to shine a light on how awful humans are. But fuck, man, there's got to be a better way to do that.
Yeah, then like killing fucking animals and stuff.
Live,
man, like a lot
on film.
And he got in a lot of trouble for that.
He went to a lot of court hearings, and his I've seen I think you might be able to find it on YouTube. There's a video of him at one of his hearings, and he's just trying to, it's kind of like Takashi Miike. He's like, I'm just trying to let you understand, like, we suck. And I mean, to summarize the whole thing, and either you get it or you don't. He got off. He didn't get found guilty on any charges that I remember. But it was also the 80s. We're talking like Judas Priest going to fucking, could go to prison for the rest of their
He's
lives.
PETA enemy number one at that point.
Fuck yeah. And I totally understand that.
Well, also, if they didn't do that, are we talking about it right now? Like, if those scenes don't happen, if the movie's not the way it is, do we talk about it 40 years later?
Yeah,
Probably
having a
not.
conversation about these things is important.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I mean, if they didn't do all that shock value shit, we probably wouldn't even acknowledge that it existed.
no, the movie's not great.
Yeah. There's probably 100 other cannibal movies that came out that year that we'll never fucking talk about or even know they existed.
Right. Okay. Well, think about it. Like, there are, like, at the time, there was a whole bunch that had come out, like Man from Deep River, all this stuff, but that's the one everyone knows. It's notorious.
Yeah, it's notorious. And it's probably because all the court cases and shit, too, though.
Yeah.
That helps them. It's just like you were talking about earlier, like banned in all these countries and all this stuff. That's what, or like those, the guinea pig movies for the longest time.
Yeah.
Those just kind of existed. And then Charlie Sheen gets high on fucking cocaine and watches one and calls the cops.
Thinks it's
and then
real.
They blow the fuck up. And
Snuff
that's the
films.
cool thing. Yeah.
Yeah. The beginning of the snuff, like what was the bullshit? Like, oh, it's real. Like
He thought the one was real when it's literally like it's a guy dressed wearing like a samurai helmet. I can't remember the name of this one. and he has like a woman tied to a table, and he's just like cutting like a piece of her body part off every segment. And Charlie Sheen watched that and was like, this is happening for real. I wish I could remember the name of that one. They had like 6 or 7 at that time.
Yeah.
I remember Mermaid in a Manhole.
That's the one most people know. I don't know how. I guess maybe that was the easiest to get a hold of. It was during my tape trading days, and that's how I got a hold of it.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is this?
That one's pretty fucking gross too, but I
And
don't
they're all-
think that's 1980. So
No,
I'll
it's
leave
not,
this
but
alone.
I
A
think
little
it
later.
definitely relates. We can go on to the Changeling and totally change this whole conversation.
Changeling. I really enjoyed that movie, man.
This is the George C. Scott
Ghost
Changeling,
Story.
directed by Peter Raddick.
Probably the first ghost story that I enjoyed as a kid. It is a slow burn. I mean, it starts off strong with the whole family getting fucking killed, so that's good. Let you know that
Start strong.
things are going to be dark, and that's a thing. I don't know how often that happened before 1980, but it seems like a lot of movies now, especially haunted houses and shit, they always have to go with like, you've lost your family, you've lost your wife. But that's the first time I saw it. It was like,
Yeah, I mean that movie was, and as you said, it was a slow burn. Like it's one of those movies that I was saying to Steve earlier. Like if they remade it today, like shot for shot, I don't think it would work. I don't think people would dig it.
it would probably bore the shit out of people, or it would split people. Like the same way a lot of those, what's that group called, A21 or whatever, A24? I don't know. You fucking guys know. But they make like all those like kind of indie horror films, or it's considered like hipster horror now. It would probably have that same reaction where people are split down the middle on it.
I think it's
or like Midsummer, all those.
It's a horror film like I've talked about before. That's like people who like all kinds of films who will like that horror film. Those kind of people we either like or we love or we hate. But I understand both sides of that. Like I love a slow burn. I love like The Wicker Man.
I like slow burn, and I like horror to occasionally. I know it's kind of weird because we just did horror comedies, and I talked about how much I like a lot of those. Sometimes I just want it to be dark and creepy the whole time. I don't need like weird one-liners. George C. Scott, I know I'm not going to get any comedy. Every now and then I'm going to laugh.
He's
Like
a straight man. He just
his anger sometimes makes me laugh. Like there's a scene like in The Changeling when like the door slams and there's some shit rattling, and he just like stomps his feet. He's like, "God damn son of a bitch!"
Yeah, it's like he stumped his toe and he's mad at the ghost.
And I'm like, he's just like an angry dad right now. And it's like no actual fear of this ghost, but the inconvenience of it. But for those that haven't seen it, essentially like his family dies at the beginning of this film. And he goes, I don't know, some small town. And they're like, hey, we have a house you can rent through like our historian society, which is the fucking weirdest thing for that to be available. They're like, it should be a museum, but we're going to rent it out to you. And as soon as he moves in, weird shit starts happening.
Yeah.
You find out that his child was like drowned in a bathtub.
ghost in a wheelchair.
Yeah, sometime.
Ghost in a Wheelchair. That's the movie.
Yeah.
That's what they should call
That's a
it.
spoiler. The wheelchair is the villain.
It kind of is, actually.
Without spoiling, you find out a little bit about the kid, and you found out why the kid was murdered and how he dies.
Because fuck them, that's why.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't want to spoil it because it's a really good movie, and if you
40 years old.
if
Fucking
you haven't
spoil
seen it, okay, fine. So
We spoil movies constantly on
All
this
right,
show. I
so-
like you're going to save this one.
the kid was supposed to inherit, I think, money from like his grandfather or something, but he was sickly. So his father was like, you know what? I'm just going to kill this kid and I'm going to go get another one. So that's what he does. He goes and nobody
Build-A-Bear,
knows.
but kids.
They say, well, we sent him off to Europe or something for treatment. Something along those lines. They send the kid off and then he comes back and he's older. Fast forward to now times, George C. Scott living in this house being haunted. That kid is a senator. Or,
Yeah,
I think
he
senator.
plays a senator. He's
Yeah.
old as fuck.
Yeah, and then George C. Scott figures all this out, and he's like, "Hey,
He's
you're-
older than George C. Scott.
Yes, older than George C. Scott in the '80s, so that tells you something." So he goes and he's like, "Hey, you know what happened? You're not this kid." And
Yeah, I
think
figured it out.
He gives him like he shows him like
Well,
a medallion or something. I don't know. I'm probably skipping something.
Yeah. Well, he chooses like the worst time originally to like get a hold of the senator. It's right when the senator's getting on a plane. So he's like running through security, which the senator has like one rent-a-cop as a security, which
Something
is
you
fucking
can't
ridiculous.
do anymore.
Hell
And he's
no.
like waving this medallion, and the senator's like, "Yeah, fuck that." Getting on his plane, he knows some shit. I'm leaving. And then he sets up for like this lawyer or like detective. Yeah, probably a detective, not a lawyer, to show up and like get the medallion back. Which that's like your first like real kind of violent scene in it. Or probably the only one. It's like this car wreck.
Yeah, it's not a really violent film.
Yeah. That scene though, where he's like looking in the mirror, I love that because like the car wreck happens where it smashes the windshield, and then like the mirror that George C. Scott's looking in smashes and like cuts his like the side of his neck. This is like the last 30 minutes of the movie too, which is weird. That's how slow burn this film is, by the way.
Everything happens in the last.
The
30
last 30 minutes. The rest of the time is him just doing like detective work for no reason. Like he's like a fucking music teacher, but he becomes like super detective,
so
like
intense.
Sherlock Holmes.
Joe
He's like,
Scott intense, man. Holy fuck.
they dig a hole in this little girl's bedroom because they think the kid might have been buried there. So they dig like this 20-foot fucking deep hole.
Very stir
in
of
the room.
echoes sort of thing. Yeah.
So it's good. I mean, we skipped around a lot of shit in this movie, but if you want to watch like a slow burn, like good creepy film,
If you like Hereditary, if you like Midsommar,
This is the stuff,
things like that,
And
I think you really like it.
Yeah, and it just looking at the Wikipedia page.
The Haunting, that kind
It
of
says
thing.
Lamberto Bava directed Until Death, which was an unofficial made-for-TV sequel to this movie.
No
However, there is no connection between the films.
Oh, okay, yeah.
it's the one that like it did scare me as a kid. I think just the scene, like the little boy being drowned and shit. And I was like a little kid. I was like,
Yeah.
oh fuck, that
You're
sucks.
like, kids don't die in movies. What are you doing?
Well,
Yeah,
he's talked
it's-
about that before. Like,
Yeah,
you
it's-
feel safe because they're not going to kill me. I'm 10.
Yeah, you feel safe. Every horror movie, every slasher you ever watch, it's like nobody kills like the 10-year-old ever. It's always like, yeah, he's fine.
Except that guy for money.
Yeah, that motherfucker.
Let's see. Christmas Evil. We've got City of the Living Dead, which we have to talk about that.
Love City of the Living Dead. It's
Yeah.
a stupid fucking movie. So like a priest hangs himself,
Yeah, it's how it
Right?
starts.
and then just like, oh, the gates of hell are gonna open, but where? Well, this very specific town you got to get to,
Yeah.
and it's fucking
It's all Lovecraft.
Yeah.
it's fucking weird. Give me your little rant about City of the Living Dead before I go on like a tangent.
Okay.
'Cause I'm gonna say a lot of stupid shit probably. So
I can't wait.
you can just give the smart stuff.
It's a Fulci film, so you're going to get some eye problems. There's probably going to be some insect or small
Almost
animal.
always starts in New York somewhere.
Yeah, everything's going to look wet. It's going to be great. It's going to look good. It's going to sound good. The music is fucking fantastic. It's part of his trilogy of films, The Beyond. This is also known as The Gates of Hell, by the way. Let's see, and then there's fucking Jesus, guys, help me.
I don't think that's the name of the film, Steve.
Are you talking about the trilogy?
Yeah, the trilogy of films.
I don't fucking know, dude. I don't know things.
I'll figure it
That's
out.
why I'm asking you.
It's The Beyond,
I'm just a
The
dude that
Gates of
shows up
Hell,
here, man.
which is this one, and then fuck, my brain just died on me. I
Just
don't-
go on. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, and then so he did these 3 films, and they're all very Lovecraftian. And the
definitely.
thing about this film I like, it's a zombie film, yes, but the zombies are not like any zombies you've ever seen before. They can literally just like teleport, which is fucking insane. So you don't have to worry about the slow moving zombies because these motherfuckers will just appear right wherever the hell they want to. It's extremely graphic.
Yeah, and also like, why do Italians fucking hate cats?
Oh,
Can we like and this is gonna come up later, but like they don't. So in horror movies, most of the time, the cat will jump up like at a window, "Meow." But in every like Italian movie, especially like Fulci and Argento, it looks like there's a guy that's paid to fucking throw cats at people. Because the cats never come like in a diving way. They're always like sideways, like that
Yeah.
weird like cat air spin. Like, I hope I land on my feet so I
Yeah.
don't fucking die. And then they just run away scared. And I don't know where they run away to. Probably to go fucking kill themselves because they're getting thrown around
Was it
nonstop.
House
Yeah.
by the Cemetery, Steve?
thank you, God.
That is the one,
Dr.
yeah,
Freudstein. Why
That's
couldn't I
weird.
think of that? It's so funny. Everybody on YouTube's going, "You dumb fuck." I was like, "No, I
Now, was
just."
City of the Living Dead? Was that the one where they used the fan to throw maggots all over the?
Yes.
Yeah, the maggot
Yeah.
scenes towards the end. And that's like the fucking grossest thing. Because you essentially have like,
You got to have bugs in a Fulci film.
you have 2 like separate couples in this. I don't remember exactly why each couple exists, but you have like a guy and a girl side, and they eventually come together in this like one area, and these fucking maggots all come out at them at once, and it's the grossest shit you'll ever see on screen, man. On top of all like the bloody eyes and the worms and all the other gross shit. that
Yeah,
they do.
I love the intestines pretty much coming out of the mouths of some of the zombies. I love that kind of stuff. It's just
But they really do just wing it in these movies, like with the story, because like this priest commits suicide, I guess, and then he becomes like this kind of like zombie master, like necromancer or some shit. Don't know why, and like they do teleport. Like it's not like he's just gonna walk at you like a zombie. He's just
No.
like boom, I'm behind you, and then you're just fucking dead. Like they don't even have to touch you. Like your face is just gonna start bleeding. Like you're like, oh, I'm really enjoying this cup of coffee today. Oh, what's that? My eyes are bleeding. What the fuck? Oh, a priest. Oh, ugh.
yeah, the priest eyes. If he looks at you and you catch his gaze, you're turning into a zombie.
Yeah, I guess it's better.
Or
than
just squeeze your brains out.
Yeah, the Catholic Church has probably done worse. So fuck it.
Yeah. Suave is also in this film. He's one of my favorite directors. He did
Suave. Like
Suave.
Rico Suave.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
he directed Cemetery Man, and he's also in Demons, and he's kind of a protege of Dario Argento, talking about fucking cats. Inferno.
Yeah, I love Inferno.
And Suspiria.
Well, Inferno,
There's always a cat scene in those films.
Inferno, they fucking go ham. There's a scene with like 30 fucking cats getting thrown at that lady.
I
And
know.
I'm like, what the fuck? And then, it's probably the same cat thrower from City of the Living Dead.
He's a cat thrower.
Argento probably saw that and was like, I got to get that motherfucker. He's got an arm.
I'm going to put him in my Rolodex.
And he's like, hey, you did really well with that one cat. How do you feel about 30 cats? Because fuck Fulci.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, just-
I'm going to outdo this dude. I got money.
If you're bored right now, go find Inferno. I'm pretty sure it's on Shudder. Oh, it's definitely on Tubi, and Tubi's free, so fuck it. Find it, go to about the middle of Inferno, and watch like the 30 cats get thrown at somebody.
Yeah.
And you watch them. You can tell they're not like on set jumping off shit like a trainer's there. It's some fucking dude with like a Joe Montana arm throwing fucking
Oh,
cats.
it's perfect. Yeah, it's off screen. And Inferno is the sequel to Suspiria, and I think it's actually a better film.
It's weird though.
You can hate
because
me all you
it's-
want.
It's the whole story. Like essentially, this chick finds a diary, and it's about like this, like what, three sisters, right? And
Three
like
Mothers. It's the
Three
second
Mothers,
film
yeah.
of the Three Mothers trilogy.
Oh, that's why it's that.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, you just explained so much to me. See, I spent my whole life thinking it just goes all by itself, and I'm like, who are these three mothers? And now here you are, making my day brighter as you do.
Yeah.
More you know.
It's Suspiria,
I'm an
Inferno,
idiot.
and Mother of Tears.
Yeah.
And the Mother of Tears actually has a very small cameo in this film. She's at the very beginning. She's the beautiful woman at the like the amphitheater, like where the professor's doing his whatever he's talking, and the guy looks over, and that's supposed to be the Mother of Tears. You see her for 2 seconds. She mouths some words you don't even get to see. You don't even get to hear, and then she disappears, and you don't see her for 20 years later. Another movie.
You always come away with so many like deep observations, and I'm just always like, they threw the fuck out of those cats in that movie, man. That was wild.
Well, Argento, this is also the year that we talked about. Like we realized that Italian films mattered, especially Americans, because they try to just keep it American and nationalistic crap.
Contamination's up there.
Contamination. Well, I have an entire list of some of the Italian filmmakers that were recognized in the 80s, especially in 1980. And we have Joe D'Amato, Uli Lommel. I don't know how to pronounce most people's names, but I've seen their names 100 times. Antonio Margheriti. Deodato,
Oh yeah, that makes it
Fulci.
better.
Well, it's exactly because that's Tarantino loves Italian film. That's why one of the heroin things in Pulp Fiction is called Bava, because it's named after Mario Bava. No shit.
You thought I was gonna give a fuck about that, but I didn't.
I
So
didn't
that
say
makes
you
me
did.
happy.
I'm just saying Umberto
I just wanted to
Lenzi.
no sell it. I didn't want to reply
Yeah.
to it at all. I just wanted to make you just keep going.
Even
This
Paul
is awkward.
Naschy made one of his like retro werewolf movies in 1980. I think it's called Return of the Werewolf. I don't even think I have it up there, but so yeah,
Sounds stupid.
it's kind of he still kind of used those universal looking monsters for his werewolf films,
Yeah,
and I
that's
appreciate
cool.
that stuff. Yeah,
Just a fucking kid in a mask.
it's him. He directs himself.
Is it? Okay,
Yes,
cool.
it is.
I
All
can
the Paul
appreciate
Naschy
that.
films.
This is before there was a GoPro too, so they probably did a lot of fucking work.
Dave brought up Contamination, the greatest alien ripoff movie of all time.
Yeah, it was.
I'm not gonna sit here and act like that's a good movie.
It's not, but
It's
I love
fun.
it.
It's fun. It's a fun. I love that piece of shit movie.
I love
man.
that piece of shit movie. We've been saying that for a long time.
It's bad, but I mean, it's not.
I hate it.
It's not super bad.
It's super bad.
It could be worse.
It's pretty fucking
It
awful.
reminds me of the episode of the Archie's Scary Mysteries or whatever with the Great Potato. If you saw that episode, I know I'm 12.
I don't think there's one cat in that movie.
There's not. How you can't be Italian.
It can't be. It's because it's in the future. They're like about in the cat thrower already fucked up all of our cats.
Yeah.
There's no more.
We've
cats.
probably already murdered them all on set within the last 20
I think I was
years.
filming another movie, and they tried to get somebody, but it didn't work.
He was probably busy. I guarantee if you Google, like, why do Italian movies have so many angry cats? There's probably something there.
I'll
Don't
get
do that. Just put in like
You
Italian.
do it. Don't do it, Dave.
Just put in like Italian pussy.
Well, if you think about Contamination, it's very much like an
what you
alien
get.
sequel where the aliens come to New York.
You know,
Because, Italians love to film in New York or Louisiana.
they love New York though.
do.
I think City of the Dead or whatever.
City of the
That's-
Living Dead, yeah.
They're like, oh, it's New York.
Every time I
Well,
watch
that's
one,
supposed
I
to be
just
Arkham,
wait.
I think.
I just wait for the thing. They just whatever building's on the screen. I just wait for it.
Oh, no,
to
it's
flash.
Dunwich. Yeah.
New York City.
Yeah. Fulci loves to use Lovecraft in his film. So, yeah. I think he's either Dunwich or it was...
I think it was Dunwich. I think
Okay,
you are
yeah.
correct.
I should have went back and watched every one of these films, but I know most of them. So
Well, we
I
watched
didn't
a
think
lot
about
of the
it.
Italian ones on the
Public domain.
public domain theater. That we
Public
did.
domain theater, which you can find on our YouTube channel.
I hate all these movies.
This is also the kind of the year that introduced the don't movies. Don't.
Yeah, I have not seen either of these movies. Don't answer the phone or don't go in the house.
How about don't watch them?
That's what we did.
I sure as fuck did not. I don't think that's
I've
like,
seen them both, but I mean, literally, I was a child.
those titles don't do anything for me. Like, don't answer the phone, don't go in the house. There was like
Those were selling points at that time, though.
there was an indie director.
He knows you're
And
alone,
I
which is
never-
also a 1980 movie.
I never saw the movie, but Don't Fuck in the Woods I thought was a pretty crafty title.
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought
Okay,
that was
yeah.
a good title.
Did that movie ever get made?
I think it did because I'm pretty sure I saw a Kickstarter for a sequel. So I guess the first one had to have come
Yeah,
out.
they probably did. Okay, cool.
But I thought that
No comment.
I remember when I saw like the title for that, I was like, that's fucking interesting. Dress to Kill.
Dress to Kill. Dave, did you pull that tab up for us? Because that's a fantastic film. It's kind of gotten a little
I
bit
also
of
don't know
hate.
shit about that. Is that a ZZ Top song?
It's kind of a Giallo film. Slip inside my sleeping bags.
Neo-noir slasher film.
Yeah,
that
it's,
sounds like it's up to my
it's a
alley.
De Palma film.
Oh, I've probably seen it. I just
So it's
don't
like Carrie, he did Scarface, Fan of Paradise. I love that guy.
What a catalog. Does he have a box set? They should have.
Oh my God, yeah,
Like,
it
it's
would
like we
rival
drop
so
a
many
Phantom
people.
Paradise and Carrie, all that shit.
Well, he also did a film that's not in 1980. It was like later on called Body Double, which is a very
Body Double School.
yeah, it is. It's so good. But Dress to Kill has Michael Caine, and I forgot the main
What's
actress.
the plot though? What's the
Give us a rundown, Dave.
Angie Dickinson.
Angie Dickinson.
the plot? Is Angie Dickinson? Okay,
He was answering my question, but yeah. Anyways, what can you tell us about it, Dave?
Yeah, so the film depicts the events leading up to a murder of a New York City housewife before following a prostitute who witnesses the crime.
Perfect.
So a prostitute witnesses a crime and
Yeah.
then becomes the main character. Is this how this one works?
Yeah, and you also don't know who the killer is, which I like those kind of films.
Is it
kind
the
of,
prostitute?
It's the kind of whodunit. Well, it's the thing is they always kind of keep it. It's either is it a woman? Is it not not a woman? Is it a guy dressed up as a woman? These are the things you have to.
There's a
answer.
lot of whodunits in 1980.
Well, we're also coming out of the Giallo period, so the slashers are taking over and the Giallos are dying out. This is one of the last ones. It's not even an Italian film, but it's very much a Giallo film.
Yeah, see, I've never seen that one, and I've heard of it. I just never. That's one of
Yeah.
those that's like under my radar.
Has the girl from RoboCop in it. I cannot remember her name.
There's a lot of women in RoboCop, but
Yeah.
Is that Nancy Allen?
Yes, Nancy Allen. Jesus, she's also in Carrie.
Nancy Allen,
yeah.
Jesus would be a cool name.
Nancy Allen. Jesus, Nancy Allen. We can go on to what would you want to talk about? Eaten Alive or Fade to Black?
See, I don't know shit about Eaten Alive, and that's another one like I just kind of skipped over, and that's on like all the streaming sites too. For anyone that cares to watch it, but I assume it's another cannibal style movie.
Yeah.
Just not my thing, man. That whole genre is not my thing. Fade to Black. I haven't watched it in about 20 years.
So good.
But that's one I really like because I think it kind of panders to nerds. Because it's pretty much like a nerdy motherfucker becoming the killer. He wears like a different mask. That's the one where he wears like a different mask. And
Dennis
he's just, like, killing
Christopher,
shit,
yeah.
right?
Dennis Christopher is a nerd from like the nerd that we all wish we were, except for the murdering people. But he's bullied by Mickey Rourke at work. It's one of Mickey Rourke's first.
What do you
films.
mean except for murdering people?
Okay, well, I don't want to murder people, but the
Mickey
fantasy.
Rourke, pre-surgery.
Oh yeah, very very pre-surgery. It's almost like a psycho sort of thing. He's bullied by his mom. She's in a wheelchair, and then he's basically pushed to the edge. He falls in love with a Marilyn Monroe lookalike. He feels jilted by her, even though she didn't actually jilt him. She just forgot they had a date, which is kind of fucked.
Well, check this. We
But
have the
people.
VHS.
But when you're that nerdy and you're that crazy and over the top, that every little thing that counts against you, you're just like it's because they hate me. It's because I'm a joke. I'm the butt of their joke. So then next thing you know, he's literally his boss hates him. He's dressing up as some of his favorite people, and it's not just horror films. He dresses up as the Mummy. He dresses up as like Hopalong Cassidy.
Yeah, it's got
And then goes down and kills these people.
it's got a killer cover that's very like him kind of doing a parody of like almost a lot of the Universal Monsters stuff.
Absolutely, yeah.
But it's Dennis Christopher in Fade to Black. People used to laugh at Eric Binford. Now with every performance, he knocks them dead. Rah. Yeah, man, I need to watch this again because it really has been like 20 years since I
Norman
watched this
Bates
thing.
Yeah.
actually watched movies.
If Norman Bates watched movies, this would be that film. Yeah, he finds out that his mom, his aunt is actually his fucking mom who doesn't want to. Yeah, it's
Story of my life.
and one of the things is he doesn't really murder everybody. He only kills a few people himself. Most of the time, they die by their own means because he just scares them silly, which is cool. I like that.
That's still murder.
The ending is at the Grauman, Grauman theater at the time. I forgot. I think that's actually what it was called. I think it's called something else now. It changed names every fucking 10 years.
Yeah. See, that's what I like about this episode. There's some of these that I haven't watched in forever. I've never watched in my life. And then you just have these VHSs. You're like, yeah, man, I fucking watch it every day. Fade to Black. Eric Binford.
This is one of those movies that people don't really talk about as much as they should.
When you look at like the plot synopsis and like the cover of the movie, you would think that would be more popular with like the horror crowd as like a cult classic.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Popcorn.
It was one of those films that and Popcorn's fucking fantastic too. I cannot wait till we get to that episode.
It's just gonna be an hour and a half of me talking about Popcorn.
That's fun.
It's a great movie.
We'll just talk about Popcorn. But Fade to Black is very much like that. It's just the horror nerd or the film nerd's revenge. That's what that is.
Well, you know that, and that's another kind of theme in 1980, which whodunits in general are always this. It's always revenge. It's always like somebody fucked with that person. Now they're gonna murder everyone, or somebody fucked with that person's sister or kid. Now they're going to murder everybody.
Right.
Every single one of these.
The theme is in a lot of these movies.
Oh, it's the school shooter fantasy bullshit. That's what that is. It's like you're pushing me so far, and now I'm gonna go here.
I just feel like Jamie Lee Curtis always got typecast into those movies too. Especially if you go back, like
this was her year.
If you want to consider like Rob Zombie's version of Michael Myers' childhood, if that's true, it's like, oh yeah, that kid got fucked with, and then Jamie Lee Curtis is fucked because of it. Then you go to Terror Train. It's like, oh, you did a fucking shitty prank. Now everybody's going to die because of
Prom
it.
Night.
Prom Night
and Terror Train both came out in 1980.
Little kid gets fucking thrown out the window, and then I got to watch this bad movie now because of it.
Oh, I love Terror Train.
I was talking about Prom Night.
Prom Night, but yeah, good point.
Where you're trying to,
I'm off tonight, guys. I'm really off tonight.
Do you like Prom Night? Honestly, first Prom Night.
No, it's too slow for me. I'm not into disco.
That at the end though, that disco song fucks.
It's one of those films that's really highly touted, but when I watched it as a kid, I didn't really like it, and then I went back and watched it because of Scream, I guess. And I was like, I mean, it's fun. It's a slasher film. I like all slasher films for one reason or another. It's just not the I wouldn't even put it in my top 20.
Can I interrupt just to say that
Please
I didn't think that I would hear Derek say that disco song fucks tonight.
I can get down that scene where that fucking head hits the stage and that music starts going, and for like 3 minutes of fuckery to that whatever the fuck song it was. I can't remember. It's like not in my mind right now. That song, I'm like, man, I could get down to that shit. But the rest of the movie, I'm like, God, I gotta watch all this to get to that. I just downloaded the song.
And just added it to your playlist.
It's not on my playlist, but it's gonna be there. But I never. A lot of people love that Prom Night movie, man. And I never understood. You know, they do kill a kid, which starts off with the kid going out the fucking window and landing on the glass. Leslie Nielsen's in it, so I was like, oh, cool, there's an old guy. But the rest of it, man, I never cared about. And the twist is like right in front of you the whole time, so it's really not much of a mystery. No cool kills. People are probably angry at me right now.
I like the whodunit aspect of it. But it's not in my top 20 of slasher films.
Mary Lou Prom Night 2 is the superior movie.
Isn't that weird that that's not wrong?
Yeah, I love that movie. That movie's perfect.
It's so over the top. The effects are really good.
I think we all just agreed on something.
It's a brilliant horror. That's one of my favorite horror movies ever, which is why I can't judge anything else, because I totally get why people are like, shut the fuck up. But I love that movie. So
yeah,
it's one of the few times where I'm like, I don't ever need to watch the first one again, which I haven't. I haven't watched Prom Night in forever. Unless somebody's like really wants to see fucking Prom Night.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I can watch
Prom
it.
Night 3, all that. Have you seen that one in a long time?
I don't like Prom Night 3.
It's not a lot to talk
I've
about.
ever seen
It's just
Prom
a straight. I thought part 3 is like a straight up comedy. Isn't the one like on the cover of it? It's got like the dude on like the motorcycle and
on the chopper. Yeah.
The Last Kiss.
Yeah.
It's very much kind of like
then-
the Slumber Party Massacre sequels. When you get to the fourth one, you're like,
Well,
is there a fourth one? And there is.
Yeah, part 4 has to do with like the church and shit. And I've only seen that on like those like multiple 8-movie Walmart packs and shit.
Yeah.
But I do like, Jamie Lee Curtis's other movie from that year, Terror Train.
Yeah.
I was a fan of that. And that's another one I haven't seen in forever. But I like the idea that he was like murdering people and then stealing like their costumes and shit. I thought that was a cool concept.
It's great.
Lots of cool masks and stuff in it.
Terror Train is one of my favorite slasher films, period.
I don't quite understand the mental breakdown at the start of that movie. Like, I'm like,
Holy fuck.
oh my God, there's a body. I guess I'll wrap myself in curtains.
Yeah,
But he was already
did go
fucked
pretty
up child.
far.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Who knows? I mean, the actor they chose for that part, you can kind of look at it and go, he is just not a normal kid. Why is he even in this fraternity? How did he get the guts to even put that little stupid cap on to be
He
hazed?
spins for so long.
Yeah, well, it's in slow motion.
Because you're thinking like, oh yeah, he's going to hang himself for sure, right? And then he fucking doesn't. And by the way, I don't see My Bloody Valentine up there.
Well, we kind of went into that, didn't we?
Well, let's talk about Terror Train. I just had don't listen to my thoughts. You control this.
No.
I'm just yelling things. I've done 3 shots of bourbon.
No, we'll keep on with the Terror Train.
Do you like Terror Train? Do we agree with that?
Yes.
Oh fuck, I don't like this.
This room is going to blow up.
David Copperfield.
David Copperfield's great. Everybody in that film is fantastic. I love train movies. It's weird. I've always been that way. Like if you put a horror film on a train, I'm going to watch it.
I like the fact that
They did a
watch
remake
anything
called
on
The Train.
they don't notice when he's in drag. I thought that was the weirdest thing because David Copperfield's assistant is
He's
like
such a slight
him in
build
drag.
person, though, and he does a really good woman's voice. I mean, you hear it. That's his real voice when he's acting. That's her.
I know, but I can.
And we just ruined the whole fucking movie, by the way. It's okay.
It's okay.
I just wanted to make awkward silence happen. I ruined fucking Terror Train.
I love
it. I mean, these movies aren't really about.
They're
the
40
mystery
years
as much.
old.
This isn't like Scream, where it's like blatant the whole time. Like, who done it? Who's the killer? These whodunits at the time were just like somebody's killing people, and there's going to be a reveal at the end. And sometimes the reveal would have nothing to do with any character in the entire movie.
And that's part of the fun of some of those movies too, trying to figure out who's the killer, not just like watching the kills or the suspense.
And this was a New Year's
horror.
Eve horror film too. It doesn't really get that kind of attention like it should, but it's a New Year's Eve horror film.
Do people that like to run trains? I don't know, conductors and shit.
Okay,
No,
I didn't know where you were going with that
not like
I've had some friends, man.
not like Pornhub. I mean, they definitely do get drunk. But do they just get hammered all the time? Because every time I see something where somebody's working in like a fucking airport or train station in the 80s, there's just like beer cans and bourbon and every like.
Where you can get away with it.
Yeah,
and
you're
they-
traveling.
And they were trying to hide the murders. Like at first they're like, oh no, we got to cover this shit up. We don't want people to panic. I'm like, somebody's murdering people on your train.
Yeah, you're isolated with a fucking serial killer.
And you're like, hey,
Or
let's
a mass
cover it
killer.
up. And David Copperfield's like, you guys want to see a card trick?
Yeah.
I got cards.
let's float this rose.
I'm going to make the Statue of Liberty disappear
Don't
one
look
day.
at the murder. Don't look at the murder. Look over here.
Yeah, it has Vanity in it, who was like a big thing in the 80s and 90s with the whole, being attached to Prince and Action Jackson.
They thought he was David Copperfield's like the red herring in it because they think he's the killer.
Yes.
Yeah. How wild would that have been if David Copperfield was the fucking killer though?
I thought he was when I was first watched. I was like, oh my God, because she goes through the yearbook and she's like, oh my God, it's Kenny Hampson. And yeah, fuck it. We're just telling you everything.
I have a weird time believing that David Copperfield and Jamie Lee Curtis are the same age. I don't know why that seems so weird to me, but it's fucking weird.
They both have held up. They both look fantastic being a 95-year-old people.
Is he still?
It's magic.
I feel like magic's evolved past David Copperfield's card tricks and bullshit though. People float now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't understand magic. Don't listen to me. Somebody out there's like a fucking magician is like, that's not how it works. He's a better magician than all of them.
Hey, you obviously didn't watch the special in the 80s where it's like, put your finger on the card.
That's all
on the
math
screen.
and it's
Yeah.
great. I fell for that shit.
I went to
I
a
was
show.
so amazed.
I went to his live show at Louisville Gardens.
Oh, did you?
I went out. And, yeah.
What year was this?
Oh, this had to be like 94 maybe. 90 because I was
Checks
a
out.
kid when that came out.
You do a fact check on him? Oh, shit.
I just remember having this like program that was like for some reason like fucking 2 foot tall and like a foot wide, the program for it. And the whole thing was just his head and it just said David Copperfield and whatever tour it was. I don't remember one trick he did though. I don't think I gave a fuck.
Card trick.
I was just there. Probably a lot
card
of card
trick.
tricks.
Made somebody disappear.
A card trick, like with 10,000 people watching.
He made somebody's cocaine disappear.
There was some pretty ladies. There were some pretty ladies on stage. I can tell you that. I was like, that's cool.
Yeah, he was the first. I remember the magician who really went all out, like for stage shows and all that stuff. But yeah, he is in this film.
Why
Train.
did he do that movie? I wonder what the story is behind. Like, hey, we gotta get.
He was still getting.
We gotta get a real magician. And David Blaine's not born yet.
Oh shit, David fucking Blaine.
Maybe he was alive by then. I feel like David Blaine's probably like 50 or 60, so maybe. But no, I do love that movie. When I have to talk about the 2 Jamie Lee Curtis movies from 1980 that are like your slashers, very similar in premise too. Just something bad happens at the beginning,
Yeah.
and then bad shit happens later on. There's no cool kills in that one either. It's just a good movie.
The whole thing is like you said, the mystery. I love how he would just take the costume of the person he just
costumes were
murdered,
cool.
and then you don't know.
I don't know how he cleans up that fast. He cleans up real quick. Because when he kills like lizard guy, or like the dude walks away and it's like, hey, there's blood everywhere, and they come back like 2 minutes later, and it's like there's no blood, and he's in the costume acting like he's drunk.
Yeah.
And then they want to judge him, even though they're sent back there drinking beers, like alcohol. I'm like, you fucking dicks.
Yeah.
I'm just mad he's out.
Nobody does that.
Yeah, but it is weird. I didn't see My Bloody Valentine up there, and that kind of fits along the whole like bad things happening at the beginning. But this flips it around though, because it's just a murder that happens at the beginning. It's Henry Warden. He has a song.
Harry Warden.
Harry Warden has a whole theme song that you should download or listen to on YouTube or fucking buy the album.
Henniger Mine song.
Yeah, they play it through the credits. That's a fun, like a little Halloween hit.
It's because it's 1981. Is when My Bloody Valentine.
Is it really? I could have sworn My Bloody Valentine.
That's why I signed up on my board.
I think it came out in 1980.
He just really wanted to talk about My Bloody
No, it's
Valentine.
okay.
I think My Bloody Valentine came out in 1980.
This episode's going to be edited to death. It's
To
okay.
what?
What, 81?
I think it's 1980.
Maybe it was late. Maybe it was early 81. Maybe it came out in
We'll just
January.
cut this part out. Let's
No
see.
way.
Let's go on to He Knows You're Alone is basically a blatant fucking Halloween ripoff.
I don't know what the hell that is.
It's not great.
Never seen that one
There
either.
there's so many fucking like red herrings in that film. They're just like Halloween, where she's looking through the window and he's out in the yard. It's like, wow. The music is I think it's Harry Manfredini. I think. Let's talk about House on the Edge of the Park, which I've seen a few times. It's basically a film that is a remake of Last House on the Left. It's got David Hess. It has a lot of the same people involved. It's the same premise. It's very home. This one's more of a home invasion film.
Yeah, I watched it. That's another one I watched once, and I was just done with. I was not a big.
It's not
fan
fun
of
to
it.
watch. No, it's not. Everyone does a really good job.
Who directed that one?
I cannot remember. Is it Diatato? Yeah.
Oh shit!
I'm always afraid I'm going to say the names wrong.
Well, I do it all the time, and it's fine. I mean,
I'll butcher every name I ever say.
yeah. I mean,
All
think
the
about.
time. Even the American names.
I was gonna say Linnea Quigley. How you say
Yeah.
that? Yeah. Humanoids from the Deep is one of my favorites, and that's actually directed by a female, and it's a very rapey fucking movie.
See, I've never seen that one. That came up when I was looking things up because I've seen another thing called Humanoids at some point,
It had been remade.
but I haven't seen Humanoids from the Deep.
Humanoids from
And
the
that's
Deep is a Roger Corman production, and they actually spent some money, got some decent actors in there. It's got Vic Morrow, who got killed in Twilight Zone, the movie. A lot of other film, like cowboy western people are in this film. They actually spend some time, and it looks really good. The effects are fucking fantastic. It's like grizzly gill man running around, but the problem is that all the gill men want to spawn, so they're just raping women. And that's
Oh shit! Really?
yes, yeah.
That title makes it sound way more fun.
And it's so much better than it deserves when you think about
Really?
that premise. But like
Yeah.
it looks fantastic. The acting is really well done. The effects are really good, and it's done by Rob Bottin.
That's just like that title would trick me though, because Humanoids from the Deep, I think of just like goofy. I think of a
Land of the Lost
goofy
type thing.
Dick
Yeah,
Monsters
I think
from
of
the
a
Deep is
goofy
what this should
Roger
be called.
Corman movie. Honestly, I think
Yeah.
of like maybe a horror film, but not like Gilman.
Yeah, I mean,
raping
even
people.
if you look at the poster, it says they're not human, but they hunt human women, not for killing, for mating.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that sums it up then.
Yeah, and I guess you could look at it like, oh, well, it's just monsters trying to create babies. So it's not really, but they're raping fucking
Why don't they
women.
fuck each other?
Good point.
They don't want more monster babies. They're
There's
trying to branch
no
out.
there's no female monsters in the film that I can remember.
Does anybody have a baby in this movie?
Good point. They do show like little embryos.
Is that how you have mermaids?
Oh my god!
Is that how mermaids are made? That's a way darker story.
Because the
Next
history on
time-
mermaids is how extremely homocidal they really are.
Next
So
time
that
some
would explain a lot.
stupid girl was like, I wish I was a mermaid. I'm like, well, your mom would have had to been raped by a gill man.
Right.
And you would have been
That's what I
one.
meant. Like that would be a perfect like line for
That's
that.
the story for
Because
it.
people are like, oh, mermaids. But if you look at the history of like the fantasy of get past the fantasy of mermaids, they're murderous, awesome fucking fish women, and that's like fuck yeah, kill all these dudes because you're getting revenge.
This movie set.
You just became a rape revenge movie now.
I bet the creature from the Black Lagoon was pissed when this movie came out. It set his people back so far. He's like, I did all this work. to make us look like
He was just
gentlemen.
misunderstood, and then like, oh, the rest of them are just out there raping.
Well,
people.
think about Creature like Black Lagoon. He just wants the woman,
Yeah.
and you don't really see. He doesn't get her, so you don't know what he's going to do.
And he just leaves.
just went deep on
He
this,
just
man.
swims away.
Did.
And then these poor Gill people had this bad image until fucking Del Toro comes back and is like, "Hey, I'm gonna fix this, guys.
That's a
I'm
great
gonna
way to
fix
look at
what
the
Roger
whole
Corman
thing."
did to the Gill people.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna make them loving again. This one's gonna have a real relationship. This woman is gonna love this Gill man. There's gonna be zero rape in this movie,
Yeah.
and all the people are gonna be the monsters, just like real life.
All right, because the original creature,
Fuck
she
you,
doesn't want to
Roger
be with him.
Corman, you son
Yeah.
of a bitch.
Original creature, he wants her, but she doesn't want him. So what's going to happen? Humanoids from the deep.
Yeah,
And apparently Joe Dante was originally offered to direct this movie.
Yeah, he turned it down.
He turned it down.
A lot of filmmakers turned it down.
what
I
was
think
Joe
he-
Dante doing in 1980?
Not Humanoids from the Deep.
The Howling getting ready to come out.
Well, fuck me. I shouldn't have said that. Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good reason.
My bad. That's a good one. I was like, what the hell are you doing, dude? Oh, I'm just doing the Howling.
I mean, it did come out. Yeah, it didn't come out yet, but it was gonna.
Yeah, that makes sense. That checks out. Oh, shit.
And he had done Piranha, and he was like trying to get. I think maybe I'm wrong, but I think he was trying to get away from the whole Roger Corman machine and start doing things by himself. And he was, people were.
He made
the
good
Howling.
choices.
Yeah, he started doing more.
He blew up. He did well.
Yeah, getting bigger budgets, all that kind of thing. The thing about Roger Corman is he would just leave you alone. This
Yeah.
is the idea. This is go make it.
Yeah, make it, save me money. I don't spend
somebody
attention.
I've never heard a
pitched that to
story
him.
of like Roger Corman was over my shoulder going, you should do this. I've never heard
Well,
that
he's
story.
churning out so much shit, man. If you go, like, and we've talked about this before, if you look at that dude's credits on IMDb, it's just insane. Just producing, directing,
Started
whatever,
from the
man. It's just
mid-50s until now.
non-stop.
Yeah,
Yeah, in some years, he's putting out like 20 things, which is crazy.
yeah, and we've already talked about Inferno.
We already talked about Inferno. I mean,
Straight into Maniac.
still one of my
Maniac.
favorite Argento movies. Then Maniac, which, going back to movies that make people uncomfortable,
This one is a big one.
Maniac is a hard one to watch. And I love this movie. I think it's great. But fuck, every time I watch it, I'm like, I feel gross right now. I need a shower.
You should feel gross after you watch
Well,
it.
you know what's funny is the people that I've met through being a fan of this film are feminists and anti-feminists.
Yeah.
So, and I see both their sides because I'm trying to see both
Well,
their sides. I'm like,
but the
wow,
ending
I
is-
know the feminists who actually look at this film and say, no, this is a feminist film. And then I see feminists who are like, no, this is a fucking woman-hating film. And I'm
Okay.
like, wow, this is fucked. I can see both. I can see what you're both saying. And I'm just some white dude, some white
Yeah.
cis male. I like to see people's views on a movie that I know is troubled and fucked up.
I think, so I do think it's a feminist movie, but I also think, let's go back
Like
to what
American
we're-
Psycho.
Yeah. Well, I think we need to go back to what we were talking about with Cannibal Holocaust with the animals and shit. How, like, hey, they were just trying to prove a point about, like, this whole media thing. They did it the wrong way. I think Maniac is similar. Like, Maniac's trying to show this whole, like, image of, like, at the very end, the guy fucking loses. The killer doesn't win. All the women come back and fuck him up,
Yeah.
But they do all this awful, brutal shit leading up to it. That's when I see the argument for, like, yeah, it's woman hating.
There was a huge
'Cause it-
backlash.
But it is woman. I mean, it is woman hating. That's the whole point of the story. Is this dude's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
So without that, you don't have the end game. But it didn't need to be as brutal as it was.
No.
But
and
once again, would we be talking about it?
Yeah, it was
we wouldn't
the
be talking
80s.
about it. And Billy Lustig, who pretty much he saw other films and said, fuck, I can make this movie. I can make
Yeah.
a better movie. He was with Joe Spinell. Joe Spinell is larger than life person who's in like The Godfather. He's in lots of really good
Lots of
films.
Stallone films.
He made this film happen.
Savini did special effects on this one.
He
right?
did.
Yeah.
Savini's in it. He's a disco boy.
Yeah,
He
he's
gets
a
his
disco
head
boy.
he gets his head blown off.
He's the one in the
with
car,
a
right?
shotgun. Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot he's the
Free
one.
nose job, Savini.
I think, I remember him talking about that. He had to, like, make his own head and shit for that. So, which is pretty fucking cool.
They,
It is.
what was it? They did that scene. They just didn't get licenses for it. They just did it real.
Oh,
quick.
Yeah, they
and
just
then
did it real quick.
ran.
Yeah, they just like straight renegade.
That is him.
filmmaking.
Guerrilla filmmaking.
And the thing is, that's
fun.
actually him in Joe Spinell's costume blowing his own head off.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
because he knew how to do it. That's the whole
absolutely.
thing. He's like,
Yeah,
hey, I
being a
gotta do it.
stuntman.
I know how to do this shit.
And plus, if you got one take, don't fuck up that thing that I spent hours sticking like pig intestines into.
I like that movie, and the cover of it's legendary. I mean,
it
that's
is.
another one. We always talk about covers, but that fucking, like, the crotch shot with the
Yeah.
knife in the head is fucking brilliant. And I like the remake. I think Elijah Wood
remake
did
is
a
so
killer
good.
job on that, man.
So good.
That dude's such a natural creep. It's almost scary.
Oh, you're talking about in the remake or Joe
No,
Spinell?
it's just in general. It's
Elijah
weird
Wood,
because he
I
was
think.
just
Elijah
like,
Wood's in the remake.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That dude's like naturally just a weird guy. Like when you look at him, you're like, this fucking guy's a creep.
Yeah.
If you don't know, he's Elijah Wood.
If he hadn't been, a movie star, being, say, it's kind of like being an adult trapped in a child's body. That's how you can look at that film, because he's a small person. He's got, big doe eyes. He's that perfect character for that idea of a character.
Like a little rapey elf.
Right.
Yeah, he's gross. I hate it.
And that's one of those, it's like POV movie. And I was like, I don't want to fucking see this piece of shit. Yeah. And I was so wrong. The remake is fantastic.
It is. It's great.
The music is great. Same with the music of the original Maniac.
Yeah, the best part about the remake is that little nod to the original and to the original poster, where he turns and looks in the car and he's just holding the head.
Yeah, it's so good. And the thing about the poster, you guys keep bringing up, it's a great thing, is that one of the interviews I'd seen of a 70s era feminist, and she was like, look at the poster, it tells you right now everything you need to know about this awful film. Yeah. And she kept going about the tagline. It says, I told you not to go out tonight. And he's like, see, it's telling women not to even go outside. The thing about that, and I totally see her point of view, and fuck yeah. But that was actually supposed to be the inner voice of himself talking to him. Don't go outside. Don't leave the house because you're going to do something awful. Yeah. So it's weird how things can be looked at from different perspectives, especially a fucked up movie like this.
Well, my perspective is always
it needs to be seen by a lot of people, so it can be talked about.
I can never tell someone how to feel when they watch something. How you react to a joke, how do you react to it? I would never say, hey, you're wrong for feeling that way. But what I would ask is, like, how should they make that character? If they're writing this character to be a piece of shit, this movie's about this character being a piece of shit, so we can get to the end game where we get to see the destruction of this piece of shit.
It's glorious.
By the women. How do we get there without him being that?
Yeah.
And that's what I don't get. Sometimes people are like, oh, well, it's woman hating. Yeah, I definitely see that. And if you think it fucking sucks, great. But are you like protesting and saying it shouldn't exist? Or you're just saying this is how I feel about it? That's where I stand on it. Like, as long as you're not trying to say, hey, this movie should never fucking be made.
For glorifying someone's evil point of view in a film, I don't agree with that. But if you're trying to make
Henry exists.
Oh, god damn.
And Henry's one of the best horror movies there is, but that totally glorifies it. But it shows you that side of him, and you're not supposed to like him. They don't make him likable at all. And
I can't wait, because I want to have an episode where we talk about films that are based on true crimes.
Yeah.
And that's definitely one of them. Definitely one of them.
Oh,
and let's get a little happier and go to Motel Hell.
Motel Hell.
Holy fuck.
Which is one of your favorites.
I think we all kind of enjoy that film.
You're a big Farmer Vincent guy.
Oh.
I hate
all
that.
kinds of critters.
I know you do. We actually talked about that on an earlier episode of you're not a fan of Motel Hell. Farmer Vincent's fritters, man.
Yeah.
I like Motel Hell.
That's a good
movie. It's just not.
Rory Calhoun.
Well, Rory Calhoun was the cowboy. He was like the essential cowboy from the 40s, the 50s, the 60s. And then they got him to be the main villain in Motel Hell.
Which was really weird if you knew who he was. I knew who he was because my grandfather watched those like old Westerns and stuff like that.
I think that was a point. Like, they were going to get this guy who you were like, oh, I know that guy. It's like having the Marlboro Man in your horror film. And you're like, the Marlboro Man is a fucking psycho. It's perfect.
I thought that movie was late 80s, by the way.
No, 1980.
Just the cover and the story.
John Ratzenberg from like Empire Strikes Back and Cheers.
Yeah, just that.
House 2.
I like that you started with Empire Strikes Back and not Cheers.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I mean, it's one of those things.
I don't know what either of those things are.
Get the fuck out of here.
I've never seen a Star Wars movie.
Star Wars.
What is that?
But that's a really fun. It's like a messed up film where they're like the girl they were going to kill. They pretty much adopt and think they're going to put her into the clan of the being a farmer for human flesh.
They plant them like cabbage.
It's great. They cut their vocal cords kind of like
So they make weird gurgly noises. And
the lights to keep them mesmerized, so that they're just keeping them ripe before they can chop them up and put them in fritters.
Who directed that?
I cannot remember at the time.
I will figure that out.
Kevin Connor.
I thought you're such a fan of it that you would know that.
It takes my brain a second.
Offhand.
I said it.
Like, fuck. What else did he do? Because Motel Hell's weird as fuck, to be honest with you.
Land That Time Forgot.
Like The Land Before Time?
No, The Land That Time Forgot.
The Land That Time Forgot.
I think that's the small person monster, like, that they're all shrunk down.
The small person monster.
Well, it's like monster film, but it's not. It's like small people.
Lots of stuff that would not be considered horror.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's weird. So I'm going to do Motel Hell. It's going to be weird as fuck, and then I'm going to vanish.
I mean, he did other stuff. I'm just going by.
Well,
what I've
Roger
seen.
Spottiswoode, who did Terror Train. That was his, I think his only horror film he ever did.
Yeah, he did Stop or My Mom Will Shoot and Turner and Hooch.
Did you do that at Terror Train?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Isn't there a train and Stop Where My Mom Will Shoot?
probably.
You're thinking of Throw Mama
I'm
from the
thinking of
Train.
Throw Mom from the Train. I don't think of that.
That's a good one too.
Isn't it
though.
the same cast members?
No.
Don't they both have Danny DeVito? I wonder what Danny DeVito is.
Billy Crystal, and we're not even going to talk about Throw Mama from the Train.
That's not a Danny DeVito movie?
No,
yeah,
that
it is.
See?
The other one has Sylvester Stallone.
That's not Danny DeVito as well?
That's
No,
twins
it's
who you
the-
said you've never
it's-
seen.
It's the chick from Golden Girls.
Golden Girls.
Yeah, the old one.
Danny DeVito.
I like that you said the old one.
I don't know.
Anyway,
fucking
Motel
things, man.
Hell.
I just hang
No,
out.
let's jump on to fucking. Let's
Oh,
just.
we got to say one thing about Motel
Okay,
Hell,
hit us,
'cause
man.
everybody
I
always
love
thinks
it. This
about
conversation's everywhere.
everybody thinks about like the giant chainsaw fight,
Right,
the chainsaw fight, and
With the
the
pig
pig
head.
head. Yeah, it's a very.
That's what I think
it's
about.
Very, it's
Super
very.
iconic.
It's a very Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 moment almost.
What's
Where it's
before
just-
that? Though?
Yeah, and it's kind of bad advertisement because it's in the movie for 5 minutes, but it's so fucking good.
Yeah,
Well,
and
that's every fight.
Because
though, yeah.
they have a slaughterhouse, so he just sticks a damn pig's head on his head
Yeah.
and just attacks. Was it the cop? I can't remember.
I mean, what do you have that you always have with you, motherfucker? You're going to talk
the
shit
chainsaw
about
and
the
the
pig's
pig
head?
head. Yeah, I actually have this costume.
and that
Yeah,
was
you're a
the,
real problem.
That was the first Fangoria
You
magazine.
guys hungry? I got some fritters.
That was the first Fangoria magazine that got banned.
That's the first one I ever bought.
Yeah, that
It's
was
the bloody best that I
issue,
had.
issue number 9 of Fangoria magazine.
Well, I'm
had-
talking about the one I had was the bloody best that had it on there. But yeah, issue number 9.
Yeah.
Holy shit! I know I've got it.
That he was on the front cover with a pig head and a chainsaw, and it got banned because it was too gory. That was the first time people were like, "Holy shit!" You
Well,
can't
here's something that a lot of people don't really know about is that Fangoria really did not start out as a horror magazine. The first 5 issues were not really horror. They had horror
Like
aspects.
sci-fi?
It's a Starlog magazine company.
Okay, yeah.
Fantico, and then it wasn't until like issue 4 or 5 that they were like, no, let's just go full horror, and then that's when Fangoria was really Fangoria. So before that, they literally had like Spock on one of the covers, like a little thumbnail. I'm not kidding. It's Godzilla's on the very first issue. Fangoria.
See, why would they do that, though, when you have Starlog? If you have Starlog, why would you fucking do Fangoria and make it the same
It
thing?
was all a trick.
It's slightly
probably.
different, but not completely horror. They didn't go
Okay.
full bore. Fuck it, let's fucking core in the ass.
Yeah, okay. Because I didn't get,
Until
like,
episode 4.
I probably didn't have an issue of that until late night, like 99, 2000.
Oh wow, yeah.
The starting to get towards the bad years
Yeah.
is when I come in. And like Rue Morgue starts taking over.
I've got Night of the Demon up there. Night of the Demon is actually a horror, like a gore.
I only know the
Bigfoot.
plural one.
Yeah, and it's a Bigfoot gore movie.
Bigfoot?
Bigfoot.
But Bigfoot.
Yeah, Sasquatch.
Big feet.
Where the fuck's the demon at then? That is the Night of the Demon.
Because he is a demon and he's spooky.
He's not a demon. He's a monster.
Same thing.
No.
Some people can be referred to as demons, and so can Bigfoot.
Bigfoot's not a demon.
He's very adamant. He sounds hurt. by this.
Derek
We
is
should
upset.
move
Like,
on.
don't call him a Bigfoot.
Because you have to be dead to be a demon. You can't just like be a demon. You can't be born a demon. Demon,
sorry.
Demon semen.
Night of the Bigfoot demon. No, doesn't work for you either.
Demon semen.
Oh shit! Yeah,
What's it about?
Bigfoot.
What's he do?
He hurts people.
Does he demonize things?
Well, humans don't need to be demonized.
do you see Bigfoot in it?
Yes.
Is he blurry?
He's not good. He's not a good one.
Does he look like
It's
a
kind
demon?
of like the werewolf in Silver Bullet. It's like,
Oh,
I'm
so
so
he's-
glad they didn't show it too much.
So they don't even try to make him look like a demon mashup of Bigfoot.
No.
It's just a dude in a furry suit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it looks bad.
Oh, you looked it up? Okay.
I mean, do you see that?
Holy fuck. He
to
looks
think-
like every 80s metal drummer.
Oh yeah. At this time, I remember there was the Bigfoot in was it the $6 Million Man, and it was just
Well, yeah, but that's okay because that's a TV show.
Yeah, I know.
Those are low budget and bullshit.
They're fun.
But if you're going to tell me, is that called Night of the Demon or Night?
Night.
Night.
I just
Night.
forgot the T because I write fast.
Okay. So it's called Night of the Demon, but it's just a furry man.
Yeah.
It's not even Bigfoot, really. I saw that
Oh,
picture just
man,
now.
it's
That's not
Bigfoot.
even Bigfoot.
It's Bigfoot in 1980.
That's a furry man. Do they call it Bigfoot in it? Or are you
can't
just saying
remember.
that? I don't think they call
can't remember.
I think you just associate a furry man with Bigfoot. I think it's a furry demon man. And you're fucking up
didn't-
Bigfoot's good name.
I didn't name it
by
Fuck these
calling it
people.
Bigfoot. The plot, I guarantee the plot's not like fucking Night of the Demon featuring Bigfoot. I think you just made that up.
No, it's a real movie.
I don't think it's Bigfoot though. I think it's furry
I'm gonna
demon.
settle
Man.
this right now.
It's-
He doesn't want to come down to the thing that it's a Bigfoot
It's
movie.
furry demon man
furry demon man
or Bigfoot.
It does look pretty awful.
Just all you have to do is read the plot. All you have to do is pull up the fucking plot. It's gonna say furry demon man terrorizes town. It's not gonna say Bigfoot terrorizes town because they don't want to discredit. Bigfoot has a good name. Bigfoot's never done anything wrong in history but get hunted by fucking white people.
Yeah.
And now you're gonna try to make him evil.
Not me.
The film centers on an anthropologist who, along with a group of his pupils, embarks on an expedition to prove the existence of Bigfoot in a rural region of northern
But what
California,
did
Insert the word demon.
only to be stalked and systematically slaughtered by the creature.
Yeah. It's a slasher movie.
The creature.
Yeah, the creature that they're referring to, fucking Bigfoot.
As Bigfoot.
I'm gonna watch the movie. If they don't call it fucking Bigfoot,
You're coming after me?
what if it's just a demon that put on a furry suit because they're like, demons got a bad rap. We're gonna fuck up Bigfoot's
I think the old
reputation.
Forester has kicked in.
No, I'm just trying to like go somewhere with this because I never heard of this movie and I think it's very interesting that it's just a dude in a furry suit and it's called Night of the Demon, and demons and Bigfoot have nothing to do with each other.
It's definitely not a good title for a Bigfoot movie because that doesn't even make me think like, oh, this could be a Bigfoot movie because I love Bigfoot movies. I've got a bunch and that's not one.
It'd be like if you called Jaws Swimming with Demons. Yeah, fuck. Where's the demons? Oh, it's the shark. It's mean. It's a demon.
You
Fuck.
just call it a shark.
Just call it a shark.
I get your point, but you're
No, I don't like this labeling.
I'm sorry.
And then you have let's see, Zombie Holocaust. What is that?
I haven't seen that one, Steve.
Is that like Cannibal Holocaust but with dead people who could also be demons?
That was one I haven't seen in, I don't know, since I was in high school. And I remember the soundtrack being great. I think it's Fabrizi who did that. Not Fabrizi. Fucking.
Fabrizi.
This episode sucks.
This is what makes your couch smell better.
I don't know. Let's skip. We have The Shining. We have The Fog. And we have Friday the 13th. Those are the three notable.
the ones that
films.
everybody was expecting us.
Let's
to
talk about those because that's what it's all about. Or we can do like To All a Good Night, which is directed by David Hess. There's a few others.
To All a
can
Good
wrap this up
Night,
with.
I don't know anything about. What do you know about To All a Good Night? Because I've never heard of that, and I like David Hess.
It's a slasher film in the holiday season, and David Hess is. Everyone knows David Hess if you're a horror fan. Last House on the Left, Swamp Thing. He's actually his name.
So that's. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's
But
fine.
that's
House
a-
by the house at the edge of the park. He's in those.
Other thing to keep in
He directed this
mind
film.
with 1980 is we're like a year and a half past Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why there's so many fucking holiday related things. Even though they say it wasn't there, My Bloody Valentine, and you got like Prom Night, and then apparently you said To All a Good Night, and then Terror Train was set on New Year's,
Friday the
Evil.
13th.
Friday the 13th.
Christmas Evil. Yeah, we skipped over that one.
Yeah, like I mean, it's just like it's funny that you have Halloween and then all these movies in 1980. You're like, yeah, we're gonna fuck up every holiday.
Yeah, you have to. It's cash in.
Which I think Happy Birthday or whatever the fuck was it, Happy Birthday to Me? That came out like 83, 84.
Yeah.
They like the 80s are like, we're gonna check off every possible.
There's Bloody Birthday.
April Fool's Day, all
Yeah.
that. But this is really the start of it. 1980 is the start of like, hey, Halloween exists. Let's start hitting all these dates.
Not only you're not only you're gonna have a slasher film, you're gonna have a slasher film on a holiday. Yeah.
So To All a Good
Saturday the
Night
14th.
is like a Christmas one, right? So
Well, yeah,
Pretty Silent Night, Deadly Night.
yeah. There's no Linnea, damn it. I'm sorry,
There's no Linnea.
but there is a David Hess.
That's what that counts for something.
Yeah, he's a very intense human being. If you ever seen any interviews, I've ever met him. He's perfect for all those movies that he's in. Like when he's in Swamp Thing, it's Krug, which is funny because that's where they got the name Freddy Krueger, by the way. Is that like he's just so intense. He is those characters, and he claims to be a hippie at one time. Like, fuck, dude, you're the complete opposite. You're very free and you're very open with your body, and your mind is very expanded.
It's
And
intense.
fuck, man, you want to do some damage. At least the way that you're so intense.
Yeah.
And I was a big fan of David Hess.
Look at all his roles, though. How can you not be an intense dude?
Right. I mean, he's perfect.
That dude's always
It's like William Forsythe in 1980, man.
I would have PTSD probably from doing some of the films that dude was on. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but after that, I mean, really the last three, you had at the bottom The Shining, The Fog, and Friday the 13th.
And I've got duh next to it, like duh.
Duh, no shit, 1980. The Shining, universally loved by horror fans. It's my introduction to Jack Nicholson as a kid, which is like the worst introduction to a human probably, but
Man, it's so...
not the best first impression
And it's come under fire because of Stephen King, and I don't agree with that.
because he didn't like it.
He hated it. But
He's been a
it's a
bitch.
fantastic film.
He's been a real Alan Moore about the shit.
But look at the things that Stephen King did that he,
Yeah.
okay, the remake is exactly how he wanted it to be. And the best parts of that are the fantasy parts, where the nightmare visions that Danny has of his dad are the best scenes.
Has anybody brought that back up to Stephen King though in the last like 20 years? Because I mean, he might have just had no chill back then, and
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck it, I hate it.
Well,
But things change.
He was still young to have his movies, his books made into movies. So this is not, it's like somebody buys your property and then they want to make their own piece of art out of it. It's how it works.
You want your vision though a certain way.
Right.
And even if it was good, which people are pretty split on The Shining, as much as it's loved.
people
I know a
really
lot of people
split
hate
on it?
I know a lot of people that fucking
I think there's
hate that movie.
Yeah, that's what I meant. It's like it's grown because Stephen King has been so adamant about it, and people want to be like, well, yeah, he's the writer. It's like, I understand that, but if I give you an idea and you make an entire movie out of it, it's not. It's like people saying, well, the book is better than the movie. It's like, well, fuck, no shit. It always will. Not always will be, but for the most part, it will be, because you can take that.
Yep.
Unless you're going to take a miniseries or a series of films on that one book, there's no way to do it justice.
I remember when Dr. Sleep came out. I'm acting like that's a long time ago, but 8 months ago when Dr. Sleep came out.
It's a great movie.
A lot of the horror, forums and shit on Facebook would bring up like, The Shining. And there's always those elitists that have to go with what Stephen King says. And they're like, well, the Steven Weber version's the best version.
You're crazy.
But they
I
would
love
fight
it because
about
it's over there on VHS.
Yeah, but they would fight about that shit like nonstop. And I think that's a good miniseries. I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
But the movie's like iconic.
Everything that he spent, there's a documentary called Kubrick's Boxes or something like that. And what he does and how he goes about making his films. And the amount, like, you think that I get crazy sometimes where I even get, like, block my brain out because I'm overloaded.
Yeah.
Like, that was him every fucking day. He would call up Stephen King at 3 o'clock in the morning and be like, how do you feel about this weird psychedelic thing, this idea? And he's like, Stephen King's like, it's 2:30 in the morning, Stanley. What are you talking about?
Everything
Do you
he
think
does
Stephen
is
King was
special.
asleep at 2:30 in the morning in the 80s?
Not in coke. No, not in coke.
Yeah, he's coked out.
That
right
wasn't
for
real
shit.
snow. That was cocaine out of Stephen King's fucking nose.
That movie was great. I mean, for me, that was my introduction to Stanley Kubrick and his style of making movies. So I really liked the movie because just the way it was shot, not knowing, I'd never read The Shining when I saw the movie when I was like 12 or whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't fucking read back then.
You don't read now.
Yeah, that's true. But I think a lot of like Stephen King fans, people like my age especially, will compare it to the book. And I'm like, dude, there's no fucking way. When you saw Pet Sematary and The Shining when you're fucking 9, that you read those books, you fucking liars.
I read the Cujo when I was 10 or 11. It's the first book I ever read.
I've never read Cujo. I probably used it to balance my desk at some point.
Oh, I shouldn't have read it that young. Man,
Yeah.
it's there's some fucked up. I mean, it's Stephen King.
You're a big Dee Wallace fan.
I
Is she in the book?
well, that's the thing, is I hadn't seen the movie yet. My mom gave me that book, the hardback book, and it's like this shit. What the fuck?
My mom's not.
There's a
gonna give me
picture of
Cujo.
me with it, and I should not have even had it.
It's because you were reading. That's it.
Oh my!
They didn't
Maybe
care.
that's what it is. My mom introduced me to film, to horror films especially.
Yeah.
And then she gave me this book, and I was like, oh, cool. And it has like the monster in the closet, like all this stuff that's not in the movie.
yeah.
It's freaking me the fuck out. And then there's a ton of sex in it.
When I was a kid, sometimes
not-
I would
not healthy
compare
sex.
like I would watch the Goosebumps series and compare it to my Goosebumps books. That's about as far as I got with books and
Man.
TV shows. And I'm like, this isn't true to it at all, motherfuckers. That dummy doesn't look like that. Actually, it was pretty spot on. That Goosebumps show was the shit.
And I love the Goosebumps. And the thing about you talk about Dr. Sleep, that he actually contacted Stephen King and told him, like, look, I'm going to make a sequel to the movie with your
Dr.
book.
Sleep did the man.
Yes, he called Stephen King. No, come on
just
now.
fucking-
And he called him up and he's like, look, I'm using your book, but I'm making a sequel to Stanley's movie.
Yeah.
It's something you're going to have to come to terms with. And if you can't, then I'm not going to do it. And he agrees. Like, I understand. He's like, because I want to see what the next chapter is of the Stanley. And at the end of the book, the hotel blows up. All the things are different. But if you go through Stanley Kubrick's ending, he can take those characters and keep going with them, and it makes more sense. And then you get to revisit the hotel in the film. So I can't believe we're talking about a movie that's not even 1980, but it connects to The Shining. That's a fantastic way to look at taking the source material and making it your own. So when he argues that he didn't like The Shining, Stephen King, come on, man.
Well, that's why I wonder though, with him like greenlighting Dr. Sleep, did they ever ask him in recent interviews, how do you feel about The Shining now? Compared to how you felt
I'd like to know
40
too, yeah.
years ago when you're coked up and you're this young guy with a lot of fucking money and an ego. Now you're old and you have a son that's just as dorky as you. You're probably like a lot more chill at that point.
Yeah.
But then I don't want to stay on The Shining fucking forever.
There's volumes and documentaries about this film.
And if you didn't hate me, you're going to fucking hate me now.
Here we go.
I fucking hate The Fog.
John Carpenter's Ghost Story.
Ghost Pirates.
I think that's the biggest piece of shit movie that people love.
I think
don't
you're really
understand
being
it.
Crazy.
I don't fucking understand it. I hate it so much.
What, you don't like Adrian Barbeau? Is that what you-
No, I love Adrian.
John,
Barbeau.
yeah,
I
Tom
love John
Atkins.
Carpenter.
Tom Atkins.
I love Tom Atkins.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Nah.
That's her third movie of the year, right?
Yeah, at least on this list. Yeah, but yeah, technically.
I just
yeah.
never.
Trifecta.
That movie, like, I like some of like the scenery and shit. I just don't fucking like the movie, man. Every time I've ever watched it, I've been bored to death, and I don't understand why.
I understand what you're saying because even like this is the film. It's very early on, and people always kind of forget how movies are made. That movie and Halloween were both kind of the same, where they weren't even finished, and they had to go back and change things to make it better. With Halloween, it was the music. Yeah. With The Fog, it was a whole lot of reshoots.
I thought you were gonna say with The Fog, they forgot.
No, I don't agree with you at all, and that's okay.
No, I get it.
We've talked about The Fog before. It's just that ghost story. I love ghost stories. I love the whole. It's another Lovecraft story. People, it's totally Lovecraft, and I love all that. I like the music in it. I love the actors. It does have a lot of plot holes. There's a lot of things that don't make sense, but that's fantasy films. I don't care. That's fine. I can deal with that. Rob Bottin's makeup effects really make me fucking hard in this film. I love I love how everything's not overlit where you can't see what the fuck is going on. So you're always looking deeper. I love all the characters, all the ones we've talked about. I don't know. It's just one of those films. I just
it made money too. It cost them $1.1 million to make.
There wasn't a film like this ever.
Yeah, and it made 21.3. So that's a win for Carpenter.
Yeah, there's no film like it. Nobody else was like, let's make a movie about fog.
Well, apparently they were on vacation, I think, in Stonehenge, and he was like, "What's in that fog bank? What could it be in that fog bank?" To Deborah Hill, because they were still together at the time, and that's what you get. You get the movie The Fog, and I really enjoy it.
I think it's a creepy fucking movie. I just don't like it. It never clicked with me, but I'm glad people do love it. Like,
it's a slow burn.
Most of my friends love it. Anytime I say something bad about The Fog, which I try not to, like I'm not the dude that gets on Facebook. It's like, me, you like The Fog, me, you fucking shucks. Me, I troll about other things. I don't troll about fucking movies. I got other things I can poke at you about, but. Yeah, I mean, it does have like a huge following. I'm the only person I know that doesn't like that movie. That's the one that I'm always like the ugly duckling on. I'm just like, it fucking sucks.
And you should be happy that he made The Fog because this was part of a 2-picture deal. He got to make Escape from New York because he made The Fog.
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
Well, he could have made it just a different picture, though. He didn't have to make The Fog.
Well, I love The Fog. We can move on to Friday the 13th and then end this mother.
Friday the 13th is, that's probably... for most horror fans, what got them into the genre. I mean, we all like to be cool and hipster about things and be like, well, the first movie I saw was Inferno when I was 4 at daycare. They showed it while I was putting blocks together. But the reality is...
It was Friday the 13th. It was on Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th.
It was on TNT or whatever.
It was on...
showing it every day.
And then they fucked over Halloween all the time because they play Friday the 13th on Halloween.
Yeah,
that's the first time I ever saw it.
And they wouldn't play Halloween half the time.
I was like 4. And the only reason why I remember this, I fucking hate Ari Lehman. I fucking hate him. I don't care. He's not listening to this podcast. Actually, he probably is. He gets more hits than his
I doubt it. Dick Starr's a fan,
videos.
and he hates Dick Star, so we're good.
So I remember trick-or-treating and going to my grandma's house. Like me and all my cousins would we'd pour our fucking candy out on the floor, and just fucking sit there and we watch whatever movie's on the screen. And Friday the 13th was on. And I thought the movie was over, and that boat scene happened. And all of us shit our pants at once when he jumped out of the water.
Yeah.
And that's really what got me into those movies. Because then, like, right after that, part 2 played. And I was like, who's the potato sack guy? I don't know what the fuck's going on. And then, like, one person in the room was trying to explain it to me.
This is an anomaly.
Like, cool. But after that, like, anytime I would see it, like, on TV, I'd watch those movies. And that's probably what got me into slashers and all this weird shit was that franchise. And Kevin Bacon.
The bacon is good.
The bacon is good.
The bacon is good in this movie.
It's not my favorite in the franchise, though.
I don't think it's anybody's favorite in the franchise. It's the that's what I mean. It's the anomaly. It's the one that's not nearly as good as any of the sequels. I have to say that Steve Miner's direction in 2 and 3 is better. I watched them in reverse. I saw 3, 2, and then 1. And when I got to 1, I was like, oh, that was fun. And then as I got older, I went back and just rewatched it a lot, and I appreciate everything that Sean Cunningham had done.
Well, yeah, that's probably most people, though. When you think about Friday the 13th,
I like whodunits. That's what it is.
Well, that's what I was going to go to.
It's a giallo.
So it's following that formula
On
we
the
talked
beach.
about earlier.
Rip off of Bay of Blood.
Well, the formula we talked about earlier with 1980s movies, something bad happening, then somebody coming for revenge. In this case, it's a lady's son drowns, and so she wants to fucking kill campers. Don't know why.
You don't know that yet.
Not the best logic. Yeah, it's a whodunit. I mean, you kind of know it. If you watch it as an adult, it's pretty obvious that she's the fucking killer.
I thought they were smart to use men's hands throughout most of the film.
I'm saying like the last 30 minutes.
Yeah, okay.
Like it's pretty obvious. Now, leading up to it, you don't know shit because they don't show
as soon as she gets out of that
anything.
Jeep, you're like, holy fuck.
That's when you're like, okay, there. And everybody else is dead.
I'm Mrs. Voorhees.
Unless it's one
I'm
of
a friend
like
of the Christies.
one of the kids that were off camera or something. Some 12-year-old's like, I'm just fucking hate people. Sleepaway Camp style.
Oh, yeah.
And I love that movie. And I go back and watch it probably 2 or 3 times a year. The whole like series. It's not my favorite in the series, but I do like the whodunit vibe. I hate Ari, but I love that end scene, that little jump scare at the very end.
Yeah.
Which they completely like
Tom
write
Savini,
off
man.
the next movie. They're just like, oh yeah, fuck, it was a dream.
Yeah, this and Dawn of the Dead made Tom Savini's career just explode in the 80s.
It made Kevin Bacon's career explode.
Yeah, and I think we've discussed this before on an earlier episode, is that he kind of disowned this film until not 20, maybe 10 years ago. It wasn't on his IMDb for the longest time.
That's so weird to me.
Wikipedia or nothing.
That dude does like weird shit. You showed your dick in Hollow, man.
Well, I guess maybe he updated his IMDb page before he showed his dick.
Well, before Story of
that was-
Echoes and Hollow Man,
know.
he hadn't even revisited the genre since Friday the 13th. I mean, Friday the 13th, and
because he was
30
trying
years
to go
later.
full Hollywood, probably. Because he didn't
Probably
get
money.
any Tremors. He did Tremors.
Hollow Man
that was,
was
it.
a big fucking movie.
Was it?
Oh, yeah.
I remember it came out on my birthday, so I was
Yeah.
like, "Fuck yeah, this is my movie."
Got the Adventures of Babysitting. What's her name? She's in that. It's a big fucking deal. And it's a high special effects film. But Friday the 13th,
guys, special effects in that one are fucking great,
and
man.
they are great, and they still hold up. I mean, there's some issues now with all the extra 4K, 8K fucking versions. You can see all the.
Well, we're getting a new one,
Yeah, it looks amazing. The box set.
but that's like as fans are always like double dip, triple dip. I don't think so. If you're a Blu-ray collector, that last box set that came out was like a limited release, and it was instantly going for like $200 or $300 on eBay after like 6 months. I was managing FYE at the time when they came out. I got one shipment of those fucking things and never saw them again. Because my whole thing was always box set comes in, set it on the back counter, wait for it to go on clearance because nobody's going to buy this shit for $120.
Right.
We sold the 3 copies we had, never saw them again. I was like, fuck. Next thing you know, they're on eBay for like $200. So at least this new release that's coming out through Scream Factory, you get all the movies, get a cool fucking box with it. If you pre-ordered in time, you get the posters and shit. Joe Robinson did one of them, which is really fucking
Yeah,
cool.
he's a friend of ours.
And we're getting the uncut version of part 2. We're getting all that shit. Somebody found like a fucking VHS
I
in
think
a
Dave brought this up last week,
dumpster
didn't he?
somewhere.
Yeah.
And so that's cool. So we're getting some special features with part 1 that we haven't had before, some commentary tracks, shit like that. So if you're a fan of Friday the 13th, now is the time. If you didn't buy it in physical media, the other 8,000 times it's come out, this is the time to get it on
The
Blu-ray.
only thing I'm concerned about is the 3D version. It said it was Blu-ray 3D, like you have to have a 3D player.
You have to have a 3D player this time because it's actual 3D.
Yeah.
There's ways around that. They could have done it.
Well,
different.
they've already released it on that bullshit 3D with the shitty glasses.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, but I wanted this new box set to have it too, so I can only have one box set.
But this is the real fucking 3D.
This is the original.
This is how you
we're
get
going to
the
have a
real one.
3D episode.
I don't
because
have.
love
I don't have
3D
the TV
films.
for it.
Well, most people 3D died off pretty quickly. You know, they were trying to push
Came
it.
back,
and it
yeah.
died
The whole having to buy a 3D television, 3D player, that sucks. When Blu-ray first came out and they gave you 3D glasses with the disc, they looked fucking good. Because we did a little small premiere party of My Bloody Valentine 3D at Dave's house, and it looked fucking great. When Tom Atkins comes across the screen with that shotgun, we're all like, "Damn, that looks amazing!"
I'm not a 3D guy, so I don't give a fuck about any of that.
I can't wait.
But I am gonna put that in somebody's 3D TV and watch it. And their TV, I'm gonna ram that disc right into the fucking TV like an idiot.
Oh, you don't even know how fucking
I'm excited.
DVDs work anymore.
But Friday the 13th is probably the most like influential movie that came out in 1980, which people are probably screaming right now with me saying that. But
Oh,
that
you
led
can't
to-
deny that.
That led to like the real slasher boom. Like all the garbage that I love from the 80s probably comes from Friday the 13th existing.
Yeah.
Ari Lehman can still eat a bag of dicks, but
But
I love Friday the 13th. And he's not even the real Jason because Jason wasn't really a character yet. So, you know.
Yes, that's part of the whole thing with the anomaly. Like this film, you take it by itself, it's not remarkable in a whole lot of ways besides Tom Savini's effects.
Yeah.
And then that just blew up a whole franchise that just nobody saw coming.
I think the female
really wasn't until part 3.
The old lady female killer is probably something you'd never really see in other movies.
Well, that's why that joke works so well in Scream, because they're like, "Oh, it's Jason," and everybody's like, "Yeah, she's right," and everybody who's a normal top 40 horror fan is like, "Fuck yeah, she is right." And we're all like, "No, that's not right."
That's what I was getting to before I got way sidetracked earlier.
Sorry.
Was that Scream thing was like they do the who's
Kevin
the killer on
Williamson.
Friday the 13th, and it's Jason. I know. And Drew Barrymore's like, "Hi, bitch is about to die." Ha ha. Got it, boyfriend. Now you're dead. That's every high schooler's dream. But that's most people you talk to have watched the sequels because those are the ones that get played the most because people want to see Jason. The only time you get Friday the 13th Part 1 is if it's leading to a marathon that they're going to play the other movies. You never get Part 1 by itself. You can do channel surfing. Part 6 will come on after fucking Wheel of Fortune one.
Yeah.
But Part 1's never going to do that.
It's really well done film. It's a great ripoff, and they always talk about how this is a ripoff. This is a ripoff of this. Victor, the guy who wrote the screenplay, he's always
Victor Miller.
Yeah, he's always talking about it. We can go into the whole controversy with the game and all that if you want to.
Yeah, that's for a whole different day. I just wish they would calm their tits and just fucking give us another movie. I know people don't like reboots. They're like, the same thing. It's been over a decade. It's been over 10 years. Give me another slasher. I just want to see Jason on the screen stabbing shit.
Right.
I don't require that much. I just want to see characters that I love and grew up with doing the same shit they've always done. That's all I need to be happy. I don't need to critique it and go, well, the acting wasn't that good. I'm like, was there gore? Were the characters likable enough to where when some of them died, I was like, oh no.
Right. I liked Valentine when it came out. You were like, oh, it's a piece of shit. I'm like, it's really well done slasher film. What do you want out of this?
Dude, this is what 1980 brought us, a shit ton of slashers.
And you can tell when a director appreciates the genre.
Yeah.
That guy, yeah.
And apparently in 1980, a lot of slashers that I like from then, none of these directors gave a fuck about the genre because they went on to do Throw Mama from the Train or whatever the fuck. But I mean,
you can take the bits and pieces of the slasher films that came out in the 80s or 1980, and that's what pretty much spawned everything. You have the He Knows You're Alone. There's so many little bits and pieces that Kevin Williamson took and put in Scream. Same with Friday the 13th. There's things from The Fog. There's all these little things that are fantastic about 1980. And this is the year that started the whole decade that we all know and love.
Yeah, and you can see it from this. I mean, every movie that you watch in the 80s was influenced by this fucking year with the slashers from Friday the 13th or the style of like Prom Night or the weird comedy style of Motel Hell or Argento and Fulci's weird shit that we got a ton of for the next decade. And then it kind of faded later on.
Definitely no influence from Night of the Demon.
Night of the Demon. Good idea. We got Harry and Henderson.
Night of Sasquatch was probably already taken. Yeah, we did get Harry
Dear
and
God,
Henderson's.
no.
Dear God Knows a great movie.
Yeah, it is.
But we'll end it on that. 1980 was a fun year to go through. I got to revisit a few of these, but me being like the Argento fanboy that I am, but Inferno is like
it's
my
the high point.
favorite from this.
It's definitely
for me,
a high point.
What's your favorite film from 1980?
Oh man, it's tough. I have to.
You're gonna say Motel Hell. It's not tough. You're gonna say Motel Hell.
I'm gonna say three different ones.
You can't do it. You just get to pick one. You get
what?
I'm going to go ahead and say mine just so we don't
You can agree. We can agree. I don't care.
Sure.
We can talk later,
The
buddy.
Changeling.
Changeling's
my favorite.
Fantastic. It's a great choice.
It's good.
There are so many up there that I fucking love. I love Fulci films. I love Argento. I'm going to go with Inferno, The Fog. Huh?
What?
You're over there. Are you
shit.
damning me? And believe it or not, Contamination, because I love alien ripoff films, and that was the first one that I can remember.
Cool.
And it was fun. It was fun.
Well, at least he said Inferno. He like got me with Inferno, then he fucking baited me and said Contamination and fucking The Fog.
Sorry.
He set me up.
No. Those are fantastic films. You know what? Fuck it. I'll just say my favorite 1980 horror film period is Terror Train. The one I don't care. It's
I like you again.
Yeah. Let's wrap it up, guys.
Terror Train's brilliant. Either way, I'm leaving because he put Fog and Contamination on that. So fuck this. Let's wrap it up.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much. You guys want to have any closing remarks before we get the hell out of here?
I have nothing. My closing remarks was my rant about the 80s. I tried to fade it out, but we didn't. We started talking about the fucking Fog again. So I just want to leave.
Oh, I've got nothing after that. I
Oh,
mean,
my
he's
God.
He's ruined it for
Well,
everybody.
thank you guys. Well, everybody who got ruined, thank you all so much. Please subscribe on our YouTube channel and like and subscribe. Find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Apple iTunes, Anchor FM, Castbox, Spotify, TuneIn, Overcast, Podcast Addict, Public Radio, Pocket Cast, Breaker. We'd like to thank all of our new listeners in Paraguay and Brazil. So that's pretty awesome. Thank you all so much. We're out of here.
Yay, bye. I really don't hate the fog that much. Don't kill me.